Hello, hello, hello. And if you've been here before, welcome back. So nice to have you. I'm cKnoor, and with me, as always, Lady Magnus. How are you doing?
Oh, I am great. I am fabulous this week. I'm feeling well this week. How are you?
Less stressed than Thursday.
Yes, it has been much smoother than it was on Thursday.
Of course, the first thing we do, we say welcome, and then we talk about how stressed we are. Very exciting. Welcome to Sweden. What are we doing today?
So we are doing a family affair today, Crusader Kings III. And we have 5 players with us today.
Yes.
Yes. So that'll be so much fun.
And of course, we'll talk a bit more about the rules in a bit with our lovely casters, Midgeman and JibblyJam. And then we will also have a quick word with all of our players before we get into the game. We're playing for 2 hours of gameplay today, and we're doing that for 4 weeks. We'll see how much they manage to achieve. We have some special rules to make it spicy.
Yes.
That's why the name is funny, or at least I thought it was until
I thought it was.
Until Midgeman came up with like 3 different ones that were funnier. I was like, well, we've already made the logo. It's too late now.
You just got to live with it now.
We do. So I was gonna ask you something, but I totally spaced on it. So instead, let's talk about your dogs.
Oh, Theodora, yes. So Theodora, my Samoyed, actually joined me here at work today. And so with that being said, if anybody would like to actually see those pictures, they are on our socials. They are on Twitter, and they are also on Instagram. So make sure that you check those out. Also, Discord, if you're looking for how to get to that. And I believe we do have that on our About Me.
It does, like, basically, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching us live, there should be links down below or in Twitch chat, or you can just go to discord.gg/speed5. That's also where we'd love for you to give us feedback about our shows, or if you have a specific idea for a show that you think we could do with a Paradox Grand Strategy title, let us know, hit us up, give us an idea, and we might just steal it.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll probably give you some credit, though. But, we'll...
Somewhere in there, we'll give them credit.
I'm not against stealing good ideas. So we should also mention that, of course, that we, as we alluded to at the start, we're doing another show. This is the CK3 one. But we're also doing a Europa Universalis 4 show that airs on Thursdays. Fingers crossed, Thursday's going to be great. It's going to be a
same time
stream.
also.
Same time. Yes, same time, but slightly longer. We're doing duels instead. I don't know if I have anything more to ramble on about. Maybe we should just get our casters in here and talk a bit about the game.
Yes.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
How are
we
you doing today?
Jibbly, how are you doing?
Oh no, we can't hear Jibbly. So in the meantime,
am I muted? That's terrible.
Well, not anymore.
Great.
I mean, if these are the type of issues we're having today, I'm A-okay with it. Jibbly, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Super excited. How are you guys?
Well, we're good now. Slowly but surely, as we're getting closer and closer to the start of the game, I'm relaxing more and more.
Me too.
Because at that point, you guys get to take over from us. I thought we'd start by having Midgeman kind of explain the rule set to us. I have it here on my desk. It's over 3 pages long, but I'm going to let you talk about it.
Sure. So, the game, or the name of the game, is to throne your family, everybody. It's kind of the CK3 thing. So, the challenges today are going to be, they have been given a duchy of equal size or development weight somewhere in Europe, and their challenge is to get their family on as many thrones as possible by the end of play. So it's not an accumulative thing. It is by the end of this event, whoever has the most thrones, and various thrones are weighted differently in points. There's a point system going on. The biggest prize is Hispania because of the new Iberian Struggle event. The empire is quite hard to form, so that's worth 5 points. The Byzantines and the Holy Roman Empire are worth 3 points. An empire of any other sort is worth 2 points, and any kingdom level title is worth 1 point. The thrones to claim the point have to have someone of your dynasty on them. Doesn't matter if it's like they need to be the direct holder of the holding. It doesn't have to be you. And they can be independent as long as it's your family member. But that's kind of the name of the game. Other than that, standard CK rules: leave an heir and a spare. Try not to, murder everybody, and basically have fun outside of that.
Oh no, I'm not sure we can let them have that, but we'll see. I'm gonna put you guys on the spot here a bit. Ghibli, how many points do you think we'll see people have at the end of these 4 weeks? Do you think someone's just gonna go for the big one and be happy with that, or is it gonna be a lot more point collecting?
Well, so the funny thing about CK3 is that crazy things happen all of the time. So, you might be able to get up to, 10, 15 points if you're really, have a big family and you make a lot of like diplomatics, alliances and marriages and things like that. But really, who knows? I would have to guess that a good solid point number, I think, would be like 7 to 8 points at the end of the 4 weeks. That's easily attainable even with 1 point kingdoms if you have a lot of kids. So we'll see.
And Midgeman, what do you think is the prevailing strategy we're going to see from these players today, specifically starting out?
Today, I think it's going to be about growing the family and growing the dynasty and trying to get your eggs in as many baskets as possible. With the placement of the players, which you will see in a bit, quite a few of them are relatively close together, except they're in different de jure empires. So they're going to want to be able to spread out as fast as possible so that they've got people to draw upon to put on different thrones everywhere. So I think we're going to see a lot of setup today, a lot of marriages, and probably some murders because it's CK. It's bound to happen.
Finally, I had one more question. Right, because we have let our players create their own character. Starting out here, Midgeman, you've seen all of the characters, as far as I know, or at least some of them.
I've seen most of them. Yes,
Yeah.
Everyone's gone for a slightly different strategy as well, so it's going to be very interesting. We'll go through all the characters in a bit, but. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the people do with these. We haven't got. I think we've only got 2 characters that are similar. The rest, everyone has gone for like a slightly different way of doing things. Someone seems to be gearing up here to do some stabbing. We've got a couple of diplomats. It's going to be an interesting start here.
Well, thank you guys so much. Midgeman, JibblyJam, we'll see you or hear you shortly once the game starts. But for now, thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys soon enough. Lady Magnus, what do you think you would have done in this situation? Would you have gone for the output all of the babies or something different?
I think that I would have started marrying everyone and tried to have as many kids as possible. I think that's probably, and then I would have started marrying them off. That's probably what I would have done as soon as possible.
Well, I mean, unfortunately for you, you're not one of the players tonight. But we do have all of our players with us, and we're gonna start by talking to Kara. So hopefully she's with us.
Hi, hello. I'm not only with you, I am with you with my cat, who is not very happy apparently. But hi, hello.
Well, lucky for you, we love animals here, right? I mean, we do have Theo in the studio for today, so I love cat cams.
Ow.
I mean, it's instant content.
It is.
Kara, where are you playing and who are you playing?
I am playing in Hispania, in Bataluyas. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly.
Perfect.
But I am here as Sigma Chad, the ultimate CK character. I think the fact that he's like a loved diplomat who's like attractive and athletic and gregarious is exactly perfect what I'm going for. He's also lazy too, which means that he's not going to stress. He's not going to die of a heart attack or something. He's just here to have a good time and maybe form Hispania, hopefully, if I can play my cards right.
So is that a spoiler for your strategy then? Or are you going for the big points with Hispania?
Yeah, I'm sort of situated in the lion's jaw of the scenario, since I'm right in the middle of the Iberian struggle. But I think it's worth the risk, only since Hispania is worth so much in the game rules. I figured it was a cause worth bringing out the Sigma Chad for. He would be the one to be able to do it.
All right. It sounds like you have a solid strategy to me. Very good luck, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we are going to go over to OldManMordaith and see if they have a totally different strategy. Well, do you?
Well, I mean, I'm playing in, a strategy? Yeah, sure. I've got a strategy. I'm going to be playing in Luthane, sorry. And my character is a very pious yet very angry person. And he has a very, he's got very specific taste for human flesh. But I think it'll be fine.
I can't wait to see how this goes out. I'm excited.
Very excited to eat the competition up.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
That is very CK, yes.
Say something smart.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's just typical Crusader Kings.
Okay. The question is this. Are you going to go for a lot of small bites, as in points, or one big bite?
I'm going to go for lots of small bites. I'm a picky eater.
You're going to nibble a bit. Different.
Here and there. Maybe visit Italy. I don't know yet.
Okay.
And how do you think the other players are going to react to your, let's say, lifestyle?
I think if my family can reestablish a religion that proves it's the proper way to be, I think they'll open up to it.
They'll accept. Apparently, they'll just accept that. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess if
That's
you're
how it works.
forced, you know.
I mean, I didn't like the strategy of I'm gonna make my lifestyle a religion rather than this religion is my lifestyle is an interesting.
I'm very excited to see that gameplay. I think that's going to be extremely interesting. You're gonna like this.
This is what happens when you make your character when you're hungry. Just saying.
Okay.
Okay, well, that is
Makes you hungry for that?
I mean, maybe we need to get like a feed counter or something going on for
That would be
episode
fun.
2, 3, and 4. We'll see what we can do. It's a bad idea for me to come up with ideas while I'm in the studio because someone has to then implement them, and I have no idea how easy or hard it is to do. Mordaith, thank you so much. Really looking forward to it. We'll talk to you soon, again, in about an hour after half of the game is done. Let's see if we have the Grave One with us as a follow-up. We do! Hello!
Hello!
And
Hello.
where are you playing? And I guess based on what we've seen so far, what are you playing?
I will be in Tuscany, the Duchy of Tuscany, and in the Italia region. I'm going for the baby boomer strategy. I'm having as many kids as possible. I'm saying at least 10. That's what I'm going for, at least 10. Maybe 15 if I'm feeling lucky.
And we heard just previously Mordaith saying that he might take a quick detour down to Italy to nibble on something. How are you feeling about that?
He might try to nibble, but he's not eating at all. He's definitely not going to get any bites out of me.
He's going to leave Italy hungry.
Yes, he's going to be starving.
My question is will you bite back?
I plan on biting in all the regions, so...
Okay.
So you're essentially doing a similar point strategy as Mordaith, then not necessarily based on what you want to tell us now, of course, because I don't want to be... I would argue a very shrewd player would be like, I'm just going to say one thing to the studio because all of the other players are going to listen in, and then I'm going to do something entirely different.
That's true. That is a good strategy.
Mordaith might be playing a vegetarian. We don't know. We
That
haven't
is a good
actually seen the
point.
character. With that said, are you you're going for the small points rather than the big 5 Hispania points?
My strategy is kind of making a family in every region and trying to go for multiple big titles. That's kind of my goal. Kind of like put the mix in everything.
Okay. Do you wanna put on? Do you want to say a point total right now?
Absolutely not. I will say something and then look back and then be like, I didn't even get close to that.
That's fair.
Fair enough. The Grave One, thank you so much. We will see. We should have Snap Strategy with us, and we do. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I guess the first question that we should ask is, where are you playing? And you know what? I'm going to be a bit kinder. Who are you playing?
So we're Duke Marcus of Gascoigne, I think that's how you pronounce it, in France. So that's where we're going to start today.
And how come you picked that location?
I think it's a nice central location, I think, compared to, like, especially by all the big empires as well that you want to get. I think it's a decent start.
We've heard some of the other players either go for like, oh, I'm going to try and be everywhere. And Kara, of course, being like, no. I mean, clearly she's going to be everywhere as well because she has Sigma Shad. But she was like, I'm taking those 5 points. What's your strategy there?
Yeah, well, I'm going to play just like a bit of a crazy man. So we're going to do a lot of killing, hopefully. And I want to take like France, Brittany. And then hopefully let Kara do all the work for me in Hispania. And, you know, if we're lucky, maybe take it towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Think that be a good way.
Here's the thing we actually haven't asked anyone yet, and I think it might become apparent a bit later on. Do you think there'll be some diplomacy going on in this game where you're not necessarily just trying to, well, clearly you're trying to murder everyone, but do you see some of the other players then maybe being like, you know what, maybe we should cooperate with the murder guy of Gascoigne?
Yeah, for sure. I think I know Mordaith mentioned making a religion, and if he makes a cannibal religion, I'm more than happy to join that and join him with all the eating.
Okay, so you're willing to work with the other players.
Oh, definitely, especially if
Okay.
they're making a cannibal religion. I mean, you can't turn that down.
But, I mean, like cKnoor pointed out, I mean, he could just be lying to us in the studio. We don't really know.
I mean, that is true. If he goes full vegetarian, that would be a bit of a U-turn. I haven't prepared for that one.
I think we should, I guess, and this is true for Mordaith, Kara, and all of our players, but we do kind of need to judge them by their actions and not their words.
Right, that's true.
Any final strategy you want to reveal to us, Snap?
I think all I've got in my head right now is just a lot of babies and a lot of murder.
I mean, the two big things.
Hopefully not together.
Yeah, that'd be
murdering
bad thing.
babies would be so good. No one would expect it.
Right? I mean, I guess it could work, depending on
like-
what baby it was.
It's like those dolphins that that mine, warships and stuff. It's literally the same thing at 100%. Snap Strategy, thanks so much. We will talk to you again soon. Our final player tonight is SpartiniMartini. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm excited. Very excited.
And Lady Magnus, do you want to do the honor of asking the
Yes.
most important question?
So where are you located? I hope that's the question you're talking about. So where are you located?
Exactly the question.
So where are you located?
I'm located within the Byzantine Empire. I will be playing as Dyrrhachion or Dyrrhachion, where modern day Albania.
Okay.
And Spain has a Sigma Chad, but yeah, we are here in Greece. We have a Giga Chad.
Quick side note before more important questions. Would you consider Chads being favorable towards each other, or is it more like get out of my territory?
Oh no, there's only one Chad.
Okay.
There will only be one at the end.
Okay, it's good to know. So how come you decided to pick this region?
I have a strategy in this region. I play the Greeks a lot on my own. I'm fairly familiar with the region, and I think it should be all right. I don't want to give away too much of the strategy, but it includes witches.
And I guess what's the other all-important question? I guess point strategy. I recognize you said you don't want to give too much away. So in that case, just lie to us. What's your point strategy?
Oh yeah, clearly 500, 600 maybe. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
No, I'll take the empire and I'll let no one in. It's my empire.
Fair enough. I think that. Well, first of all, thank you so much, SpartiniMartini. It's going to be interesting to see what you can do in, modern day Albania.
Yes. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we are back in the studio because we're almost ready to start our game. I'm just waiting to word from the studio that we can go to our casters, but of course we also want to give our players a chance to calm down from that probably stressful interview.
Yes, we asked a million questions.
Very tough ones.
Okay, so I believe our casters are ready, so let's bring them in.
Okay, so we're just about ready to go live with this. We're going to unpause the game in a moment. Jibbly, do you have any predictions to start us off today?
Realistically, I think we're going to see some strong marriages. I've seen a lot of intrigue ideas, so we're probably going to have a lot of murders. Intrigue is my personal favorite line to take in CK, so I am kind of hoping to see a lot of death.
And looking at these starting characters, it seems like a few of them are geared up for death. We've got people starting out with a lot of intrigue. We've got House Quack House here from Spartini. Gigachadicus, I think is the name there, is quite the intrigue individual. So I think we're going to see a bit of a murder strategy going there. And they are in Byzantium, so it's kind of normal for them to be murdering people, I guess. So there's that. But I'm really interested to see what Mordaith does. This is the one I'm going to have my eye on the most, I think, early. If we're looking at the map, I've got the players map mode up. Mordaith is the most isolated of them all, which is, this could be an advantage. Give them enough breathing room to secure some of the more northern kingdoms of Europe, for example, whereas everyone else is going to be focused down in this Mediterranean, Iberian, Italian region. And this could prove detrimental. What do you think?
Well, I do like a UK start. I think that it's really pretty sweet expansion paths over there. But once you've kind of secured the islands, I think it's a little difficult to break out into like the continent. So I think he'll have a fun first and second session, but then I think things will get a little bit more challenging for him.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the HRE goes, Tuscany is also a great start. But I do feel like, like you said, everyone being centered around the Mediterranean, there's going to be a lot of competition. And I think, we're going to see a lot of points rising and falling where someone gets, their heir on a, throne, or they are able to, secure this throne. And then a couple generations later, it's gone. So
we have paused the game now, and the first marriages are coming in. We can start having a scout around. Cara going for what seems to be a decent bride here. No, not picking up any specialist traits or anything, it seems. Possibly just going for a, try and find a wife as fast as possible run here. Mordaith managed to grab an excellent wife. Duchess Alexia the Transcriber up here was an intelligent, comely, confident. Wow, okay. That's an interesting character they picked up as the wife there.
What a woman.
Yeah, what a woman indeed. Honestly, having that extra fertility bonus in their partner is really going to make up for the fact that they had no special traits themselves to boost the fertility. My theory is at the beginning of the game here, we're going to see a lot of people striving for fertility bonuses, trying to get the as many kids as possible. Now, do you say, we were having a discussion here beforehand, do you say fecund or fecund?
I say fecund.
Okay, I'm going to go with what you say. I keep saying fecund, but chat, correct us if it's possible. But over here, Snap Strategy, got a strategy going on. Two rabbits here going to be creating some kids, and also 30 intrigue already. 30 intrigue. Which is rather spectacular for the opening hours of 1066. They're in Gascon. And finally, the only person we haven't really looked at right now is Tim of Tuscany. Not taken a wife yet, but they are also fecund with that life expectancy and fertility. Awesome opening trait for this particular game mode. Getting those heirs, having that life expectancy as well, allowing yourself to, remain with this first character longer, get your opening moves in play. Tim of House Tim here of the Grave One. It'll be interesting. It's going to be relatively quiet, I think, in these opening moves. I don't think we're going to see warfare right away. I think everyone's going to want to secure their starting position, make sure that they have some kids before they get, a little crazy with things. I could be wrong. We'll keep our eye out for that. Spartini now picking up a wife who is also fecund. We're really seeing those fertility bonuses. I will say, though, fertility bonus may backfire on people if in terms of succession, because chat and people watching at home, the game has been modified slightly. So these players are playing in control of their entire starting duchy. The save has been edited ever so slightly to give everybody their full starting duchy. Now, on succession, that may not stick around. So we might see some of their realms split here, which could prove hazardous to them.
Yeah, too many children too early really spoils the broth, I'm sure, as our cannibal friends would say. And realistically, I'm seeing a lot of claims happening, and I'm seeing a lot of sway schemes happening, intrigue schemes happening. So, hopefully we're going to start to see a little bit of warfare. I don't think that the expansion is going to be too slow at the beginning, particularly in Iberia, because I think Kara is going to have to kind of claw her way through,
Yeah, absolutely. Iberia is the big points, but it's also a very rough start. And also the fact that the Empire title here is locked out for a long time, proves to be, there's a lot of time for the other players outside of Iberia to maneuver and steal that. And also, it's the big points, but it's also the big risk. That being said, there is a lot of kingdom titles here as well, which, you can really chew up some points. I think I calculated it out that I think there's a maximum of about 12 points that you can pull just from Iberia itself, mission and event depending. Okay. So, Jibbly.
Yeah.
You've seen the optional list of possible starting regions, correct?
Yes, I have.
Which duchy, if any, out of the ones that haven't been picked, would you have gone for?
I probably would have taken something more Central Europe. My issue with Scandinavia, to be completely honest with you, is that they are so far away and it's different religions. And so when we're looking at all the religions that we have, mostly Catholic, obviously Kara, being Muslim, and then we have the Orthodox, obviously, in Byzantium. But I think not being Catholic and being in Europe does make it very difficult, particularly for marriages and things like that. So
Kara has just gone to war.
Oh.
She has declared war on Kabatar, and she's actually got an alliance with the big, what's this? The Toledo emirate here. So this should be relatively easy for her. They've got what is this? 7,900 against 2,000. Yeah, but this should be very, very quick. But consolidating the region here, it's a good play. It's a very good play early on, and making these moves early before the AI can also assure its alliances. It's going to really help out. I think this is a really good opening move.
Now that you've pointed out that there are 12 kingdom titles here, wouldn't it be more optimal for point gaining to keep all the kingdoms separate and get those 12 points, as opposed to uniting the empire and getting those 5, assuming that you could maintain control? of the region?
Well, without the Empire title, it's only like 5. I think it's. I need to double check because I think one of the kingdom titles gets made when you also get the Empire. So it's a bit of a weird one. There could be a balance that you could find not forming Hispania and still pulling a lot of points out of this region. But I think the biggest possibility is if you get the Empire and you can keep all the kingdom titles separate, which I think you can do as a Muslim character rather than being one of the Reconquista characters, because the Reconquista characters get an event to merge the Spanish kingdoms of the north, which you don't really want to happen. I think you can decline that anyway, but I could be wrong about that. Even so, this is a big point gain region completely. Let's see if any of our other players are at war at all yet. No, Mordaith has managed to get themselves allied to the Isles, it seems, but just happily chewing away.
Snap Strategy, congratulations, has gotten a daughter.
Ooh, congratulations, Snap. During Gascony, that's the succession is kind of safe. We'll say kind of safe. But is that our first child of the game?
I think so. And we also have another daughter in OldManMordaith also has a daughter. So far, I don't think we've seen a son.
No, that's very true. Hey.
Oh, Kara has one. Unite.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Ruin our fun here. But interesting betrothal here from the daughter of Snap Strategy. That's a claimant to Barcelona. So making a move possibly into Iberia.
And being an intricate web weaver, I'm going to assume we're going to have quite a few children being killed here pretty soon, assuming that that betrothal stands and it's not just for the alliance for right now.
Yes, I would assume with an amount of claims like that we're going to see them use that. Okay, this is the Basilia Civil War. I was just double checking if our friend over in Albania was at war then with a bigger war, but they weren't. Yeah. So I am really interested as well to see what people do here with the. I know the murder route feels like the obvious one, but a couple of our players have started off as diplomats, and I wonder what they're going to be, doing with that. I personally was actually going to go with a warfare start if I did this, and be somewhere in, say, the Slavic world, and try and grab kingdoms that way. I think my plan was to start in Poland if I was to play this. That is, start in Poland and try and perform Russia and the Baltic kingdoms and the South Slavic Empire and all of those titles over there, where the easy warfare CPs are. It would be fast, and then it would be about forming those and then holding on to those, doing more of an aggressive beginning and then a defensive marital strategy towards the end.
Yeah, it's a good play. I mean, also part of it is in order to secure the better marriages and the better alliances, you do want to be stronger. So expanding early to give yourself a little bit more power and, just even being able to approach some of the larger kingdoms for a marriage, I think is probably a really good way to go.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Kara here, probably going to win this combat no matter what. We're about to see the siege progress complete, and it'll be 100% on this peace deal. Interestingly, she's moving to siege the other province, though, before peacing. No, there's the peace deal. I was going to say, what's going on here? I wonder if she'll give this away or hold this title. Now, Coturba here is a very decent province. It's a very decent province because it has the Great Mosque of Cordoba, which is a potent boon here. We've got +3 tax per month, 15% levy size, 15% holding taxes, development growth. This is a very, very good, what they call special building here. So centering her nation and her dynasty around this holding. Looks like it seems like a good strategy. She's got 2 children as well right now. We've got one son who is sickly right now, and one daughter. Good succession. The heirs are safe here.
Yeah, it appears everybody has at least one child. Tim the second, I assume. Very nice.
We've got Tim of Tim. Oh no,
yeah,
it's
Tim
Tim
of Tuscany.
Tim of Tuscany. I wonder if they'll rename it Timskany or something like that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if every child in succession, they're going to add another Tim to it. So, by the fourth or fifth son, it's
yeah.
Tim.
Yes, instead of adding numbers, you gain an extra Tim to your name. One thing I just want to talk about is House Quack House here, the house sigil, and the house words of Quack Quack Mother Ducker.
Yeah,
got to be careful about those consonants there. But SpartiniMartini here, coming out with the fantastic coat of arms of a duck holding two swords. It's ready to play. They're ready to play very clearly.
Yeah, I think all of the houses here, just even being able to, create custom character, I think gave our players a lot of freedom in just sort of totally customizing their strategy so that they weren't starting out with the rulers and they were really able to focus on exactly what they wanted.
Now, Mordaith starting as a cannibal. This is an interesting one. As a Catholic, it provides a negative opinion to all other Catholics. So it's a little bit of a putting yourself on the back foot, but I think Mordaith's going to try and form their own religion surrounding cannibalism. And if I remember correctly, when you have that religion, you have the ability to, once you imprison people, eat them. I think you can do that
that's always been a favorite thing of mine.
Yes, which could be very good, trimming the bark branches of the dynasty. If you've got too many sons, gobble them up. And they said in the interview earlier that they were going to be taking little bites around the world. So I'm interested to see where their dynasty goes as well.
He's also gone incestuous, which I think is an interesting choice considering he's, the aim here is to get your children on as many thrones as possible, but it looks like he wants to keep it in the family.
I don't know if that... I think that's just because he's irritated his realm priest enough that the realm priest has said, oh, you're being incestuous when he's not. Because, again, the cannibalism is minus 30 in opinion with Catholics. I don't think a realm priest is going to be okay with that. But either way, I'm very interested to see how this what I'm assuming is more a roleplay strategy up here, pans out compared to the people that seem to be going... this is the most unique of the gameplay we're seeing, I think, from our players though so far. I feel like everyone else is either murdering, conquering, or
Oh, so Spartini is in a war right now.
Oh, actually of their own. Yes, we are seeing a war of Cagliari. They're going for the silver mine. Okay, so Cagliari is a fantastic province in CK3. The silver mine, that the special building here, +3 holding tax flat for owning this on the first level, and the development growth here. It is a potent province. Not only that, but Sardinia and Corsica is its own kingdom title, and a very easy one to form at that. So this is a really good early grab. This will allow them to probably, form up a base of power here in Sardinia, and we'll see what they do with this.
If you were Tuscany, how would you feel about these people sort of skipping over you to come and grab the islands over here?
I would be nervous. I'd be very nervous because this, Sardinia is an easy get for you because Corsica itself is within the empire. So it's an internal war. No larger powers can get involved. And then once you grab that, you can, eat your way through the southern island. Someone else jumping there first, that's going to be proving a problem. It's probably the easiest kingdom title that Tuscany could have got as well, because the Kingdom of Italy requires so much more And Romagna requires you to, destroy the Pope, which isn't going to be happening anytime soon. Another interesting choice would be to jump for Sicily. Sicily and taking out Apulia. If you can get a claim on the Duchy of Apulia on itself, you can have most of that kingdom title just done straight away. So that's one I would be aiming for as well, myself, anyway.
Now, again, going back to Duke Tim of Tuscany, he has named all of his sons Tim Tim.
They're all called Tim?
They're all called Tim Tim.
Oh, they're all called Tim Tim. So they're Tim Tim of Tim.
So for me, that would be very confusing to see which child is doing what, because I would lose track of them.
Maybe this is a strategy. Maybe this is a strategy against the other players.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there's just the art of deception of which Tim Tim is the Tim Tim that you're looking for. Tim Tim Tim. Tim Tim Tim. Oh. Oh no, that is his wife. I was trying to write Tim of Tim with the many Tim Tims as Tims. Actually, I was like, oh, they've got a lover. It's their wife. It's fine. I thought they were going to be going for the other art of things. Gascony, however, look how much they've expanded. Snap strategy there. Massive expansion, owning now most of southern France. Are they going to go for the Kingdom of Aquitaine title?
I was thinking just that. I mean, they're almost halfway there.
Yeah. They've just taken Toulouse. I mean, after all, what have they got to lose?
Yep.
I had to get it.
Thank you.
I had to get it. Yeah, no worries. Just bring in the pun game. That's my role here today. My job's done. I'll leave the rest of the stream to you. I've completed my objectives. I can leave.
It does look like Spartini has completed his war. He's gotten his mine that he went to war for.
Yeah, and Spartini has the benefit of being under the Byzantines, which again gives them that buffer that larger nations aren't really going to, pick on him.
Right.
It's a good safety blanket to fall back on. Honestly, a very powerful start because also, whilst lower in development compared to some of the other starting duchies we had, Albania here is a solid 6 provinces. There's a lot of expansion room, and you can actually build relatively tall here. The development obviously is also hampered by the fact it's in mountains, but even so, very protected start, looking very good for them. How is Kara doing? Oh, Kara's actually expanded again, grabbing part of the. This is the more of Andalusia, the Kingdom of Andalusia. Grabbing, this isn't Gibraltar. This is. Oh, it's in Seville, but what? Isbila. I can't. What is this? Is this Cadiz? This is Cadiz. Yes, I'm trying to remember my Spanish geography, but it's like the Arabic version, so my head is going, what city is this? Lovely city. Have you ever been to Cadiz? Ever been to Spain?
Nope, can't say. But I've been to Spain, but I only went to Barcelona, so.
Okay. I spent a lot of time on the south coast of Spain. I really like it down there.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Kara coming in with 4 wives now.
4 wives. Oh, this is something that we haven't spoken about, actually. Being Muslim and having the extra spouses, a lot more room for a lot more kids, which could prove beneficial when you're trying to find dynasty members to put on thrones, because there's just going to be more of you, flat out. Compared to everyone else, I think, is a Catholic or, at least a Christian
Orthodox
ruler.
Yeah.
So everyone else is kind of limited at the amount of wives they can have, unless possibly Mordaith switches to Insula and can have the multiple wives through. Can Insula still have concubines, or is that still a CK2 thing that I'm trying to remember?
Not sure. It might be a decision.
I see. But anyway, Mordaith was looking possibly to make their own religion, so maybe that won't matter. But having the extra wives early is gonna really boom Kara's dynasty. We're gonna see many Chads across the realm. I believe there's already 6 living members. Actually, that's a thing to check. Let's check living members of the dynasty. So House Chad has 6. We have La Roche-Lambert, De La Roche-Lambert has 2.
Mordaith currently in a war for the Earldom of Cumberland.
Ooh, interesting. Is it their war?
Let's see.
No, it's their ruler's war.
Okay, never mind.
No, I don't know whose claim this is though. This is the de jure war, so I think it's their own. So 2 dynasty members up there for Mordaith, and we have 3 quack houses, and then let's find Tim. 4 Tims. So Tim, in terms of dynasty members, House Tim is second, House Chant is first, followed by quack houses, and then we have Renair and La Roche-Lambert. Roche-Lambert. I can't say it. Oh no. they're there on 2. So having those extra wives already showing its weight in dynasty members, but again, that could also backfire in terms of succession. So it's going to be a fine balancing act. Stumbling over my words today. Gosh.
And now, just to clarify, having a wife, if it's not a matrilineal marriage, if you marry off a daughter to sit on a throne, does that count as a point?
If they still retain your dynasty name, yes. And they hold the title, yes. So it's about your dynasty holding the title. Also, cadet houses count. So it doesn't matter if, say, one of their dynasty gets powerful enough to become a cadet house. It still applies on their point total. Oh, it's Irish culture that allows for more wives. Thank you, chat. It's not just the insular faith, it's actually the Irish culture. So, in fact, if maybe Mordaith does some cultural assimilation up here and forms a new culture of Scots-Irish, which is, is probably doable. Yes, of course, it's a cultural tradition. It's a pillar of the culture. That's an interesting point. Let's have a look at the current cultural pillars of our players. Castle Keepers is a good one. I'm not seeing anything here that will... Oh, family hierarchs are seen as prestigious in Scots culture. That could be an interesting bonus for Mordaith's moving here, because, the higher fertility bonus that you get from family hierarch will gain you more prestige, which will allow you to make titles quicker. So that could prove beneficial. I don't think anyone has enough renown to do any changes to their family bloodline yet. Oh, someone committing a murder up there. Let's go check Kara's culture. She's Andalusian. Ritualized friendship here could be useful in a diplomatic play, but nothing else looks to be aiding in sort of the family department. She's in another war, however, trying to take a part of Granada here. Really expanding her claims out, and it looks like trying to block off the other Iberian Muslim rulers from being able to create maybe Andalusia. I think she's going for Andalusia rather than Kingdom of Badajoz.
I would say so. I wonder if she's aware of the Barcelona alliance that's going to be creeping up on her.
Yes, Gascony there blocking the Barcelona, the possibility of Barcelona. How in line is Snap strategy here? Their one child is matrilineally married to a claimant of House Barcelona, but how in line are they? It's third in line, is that? Where do I? It's on the title, not the house. Oops. So the Duchy of Barcelona, yes, third in line. So that's only 2 people that they need to kill to get their daughter's husband on the throne. I'm guessing they'll want to secure that marriage before they do, just in case the betrothal gets broken. But this is a really, really good opening play from Snap Strategy.
They're already working on an intrigue plot.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're starting the murders. They are. Yep. There we have.
They are.
Ramon of Barcelona here. It's good percentage as well. There's a 91% on secrecy and a 76% here chance for this to fire. Those are good odds. I like those odds.
Yep.
I seriously like those odds. Okay. This is a very good opening play here from Snap Strategy. Especially as Snap Strategy, out of all of our players, didn't get their first choice of where they were going to be playing today. The players we had a bit of a meeting before the game and sort of assigned where everyone was going to be playing. And one of the rules was that players weren't allowed to share the same starting Empire title. And both Mordaith and Snap were going to be in the British Isles, and unfortunately that wasn't allowed. But Snap valiantly gave up their position and chose a new duchy and just off the cuff picked Gascon. So they actually haven't had much playtesting, as far as I'm aware, as Gascon. So this is really interesting to see them play, and some excellent play coming out right here, right now. How is House Tim doing? How are the Tims? There's now a daughter. It's also called Tim.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Speaking of adorable names for your children, it looks like we have a daughter named Ham Cutlet Renair. Which I guess makes sense for a cannibal, yeah.
Oh no. Are they being named off their favorite food or how they're going to be served?
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what happens if he secures a son once he's...
Oh, procures a son?
No? Oh, jeez.
No. Yeah. So Tim, the Grave Ones here, is actually murdering their way through the Hauteville dynasty, the Kingdom of Sicily's characters, who have gone, hang on, they've gone Mandeanism.
What?
Sicily is not Catholic. The AI has gone... okay. Well, they got Christian syncretism, but they've gone for one of the ancient proto-Christian religions.
Curious.
I think that must have been a random event, but, hey, we might... I wonder if we'll see a player switch to it now that it's available. Got some sway schemes coming out here from Spartini. Very gradual plays. I think everyone's, being careful, like I said, trying to grow their dynasty. Some of players not having actually much luck in the air department. There's a little bit of RNG, obviously, to that. I'm very surprised that Mordaith's brilliant wife hasn't procured as many heirs as I thought, but we shall see. We shall see. Oh, Mordaith's trying to befriend William the Conqueror.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Interesting. I wonder if Mordaith is going to go for a play on the Kingdom of Scotland.
I'm assuming. Yep.
What?
Which he's actually grown, I think, by 2 counties.
I think he's got the same starting region right now, unless he's been given some words. Oh wait, no, you're right. He's got one in Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. We missed that, but that's also an interesting grab. Welsh culture has one of the best men-at-arms, I think, available. The longbowmen are scary good, and will prove very useful if they can get that syncretic culture and adopt longbowmen themselves, especially if we get any player wars.
Currently, it looks like Spartini is in another war here. It seems to be expanding pretty aggressively.
Oh, okay. This is for a title in Greece. No. This is, in Epirus here, just below them. Interesting. Is that the, that's the Duchy of Cethalonia. Very small duchy here, but it is useful if you're trying to form up a kingdom title, to get those 3 duchies in order to create your own kingdom, which is a valid tactic. We don't have to use the de jure kingdoms on the map. The players could create their own kingdoms and empires. I wonder if that's what we're going to see from Spartini here, or if they're going to go for one of the de jure kingdoms of the area. Epirus. Epirus is a very small kingdom.
That could be what he's going, what the plan is here. I think he's just sort of banking on the fact that he's sort of spreading out, I think, to just sort of pepper himself all over and then expand from there would be the strategy I think that we're going for.
Yeah, so Epirus here is actually, if they grab this duchy title from this war, they can form the kingdom, and we'll have our first point on the board. Very, very nice work. I wonder how close Kare is to forming the Kingdom of Badgers. Nowhere near close, because all the land she's taken has been in Andalusia, and Andalusia is a huge kingdom title, so she's got quite a lot more consolidation to do, which we're seeing some of which happening now as she attacks yet another county, grand city of Caraba. Caraba? I'm gonna murder all of the names in this game. I apologize, chat, as I destroy every language, including English, today.
Cabra.
Cabra.
I think she's I think she's got a really strong start. She has made quite a few enemies surrounding her though, so we'll see what the alliance structures look like surrounding her.
And I think a lot of it's going to fall on the succession of her ally being this giant Duchy of Toledo here. That Duke does have 2 sons. So that duchy is going to split, and her alliance power is going to be much less. And so she's actually got to move much faster. So this is actually just a very good play, trying to move while she's got that big alliance, but because she won't be able to rely on it forever. Oh, we've got another Tim. Oh, no, this is not a Tim.
Oh!
We've got a non-Tim Tim.
Oh, I wonder if this is a special... Do they have different traits or anything?
No, they are just a pure 0010000. There is nothing interesting about this individual. Maybe this is like... Maybe they have some sort of naming system that they're going for. They're like the notes, something or other.
Ooh, Gascony is in currently 2 wars.
Patricia has been disinherited.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. Probably not good enough, and they decided that they just couldn't keep, a child like that.
So they weren't worthy to be called a Tim.
Of the name, yeah. They were Timless.
They weren't worthy of the name Tim. What? I mean, disinheriting is not going to, grow the family. I think you want to avoid disinheriting as much as possible with this particular game mode, considering your named dynasty has to be the one that takes a throne. I mean, cadet houses are fine, but I'm pretty sure... I think, no, poor Patricia, Tim, she's now in jail. The 1-year-old is in prison. Just CK things. The baby is in the jail.
She's probably not going to make it very long.
Oh, Mordaith is picking up all of the evil traits, it seems. Cannibal, incestuous, murderer, flagellant now. Things are very dungeon-esque up there. And still only one child. Looking a little bit rough there. I would be wondering at this point, maybe perhaps it might be worth investing in some bastards. Considering that you've only got one heir, the succession is nowhere near safe enough, I don't think.
Yeah, and as being that she's a daughter, Gascony right now struggling. It looks like they lost a battle, and now they're currently sieging, but they were attacked, so they're defending in one war and attacking in another war.
Ooh.
France looking a little messy.
The AI down here trying to use the advantage. Interesting. Scotland is fighting in this war as an ally, so Snap Strategy is actually allied with the overlord of Mordaith. I wonder if that's to try and stop Mordaith from declaring for the Kingdom of Scotland without a fight.
Yeah, that's a tough alliance.
Because Gascony here is looking like probably one of our most powerful players right now. Snap Strategy's probably got the most land and the most men to bring into a battle. So if they do defend Scotland from Mordaith, that's going to be an interesting one. Of course, Snap Strategy is not allowed to unland or help unland Mordaith. The players do get to keep their starting duchy free from interference of the other players, but that there's nothing about the kingdoms above said starting duchy. Ancona is independent from the AI there, which is right on the border of the Grave Ones. This could be a chance to get some claims, as they are, they're free and
they have no allies. I mean, it looks like free real estate to me.
Well. Yeah, that's a new kingdom as well. So hang on. So what do they need for the de jure title of Italy now? Not nearly as much to form Italy, because Ancona is now this independent kingdom. You've got to hope that... Oh no, it's the same amount currently. Ancona has no de jure duchies yet, but a de jure drift might happen, making... I mean, this is a free kingdom. Think about it this way. If the Grave Ones can somehow get a claim, this is a free bonus kingdom title for points. This is which can be, additionally gotten here in the Italian peninsula. Also, it is a great map color. That sort of peppermint green.
Yep.
I dig that.
That's the most important thing, really.
Oh, totally. I wonder if we will see any custom naming of any titles and custom map colors coming out from players. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it, honestly. Also, just as a note, Tuscany has also made a landing on Sardinia. I think we're going to see our first battleground state between players.
Yeah, it's going to definitely unfold. I do see Biz has currently looked at expanding in a few directions based on some of the schemes that they've been plotting, currently in a war from their emperor, but they did have a hostile scheme going. I wasn't watching, so it's no longer going. I don't know if they were successful or not, but I'm wondering to see who's going to go strive for independence from their overlords, because I think that might be the play here. I think that's what Spartini is going for.
Oh, you think? Interesting. I think they'll try to get that kingdom title first. They didn't actually get the Duchy of Cephalonia. They just got the province They got one of the provinces. So that was not a ducal claim. That was a county claim. But Cephalonia is one of the smallest duchies in the game. It is 2 provinces. So I think they can probably nab that. But within the Byzantines, on succession, is it still the same that Byzantine duchies go back to the Byzantine emperor and then it's given out to the most? Or is that just a CK2 thing? I've got so many hours in CK2 and CK3, the lines kind of blur. They used to, at the very least, it used to be a thing that in the Byzantine Empire, that when you died, your duchy would go back to the emperor, and then it would be up to the emperor to give the title back to you. I think that's CK2. I don't think it works quite the same in CK3.
I don't believe so, because he hasn't necessarily attempted to improve relations with the emperor. So I think that would have been the play if that's how it went. I don't play much in Biz because it's just a war zone over there.
Cara again at war, looking to take, this time the whole Duchy of Seville. This is a big power grab. This is going to be a big base of power and probably just about enough, maybe 2 provinces or so shy from the Kingdom of Andalusia. I can double check that very quickly, what they need, what is the required. You need at least 2 duchy titles within and 10 counties. So that might just be enough, looking at it. It's by eyesight, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think she's going to be 1 shy. I think she's going to be 1 shy, but still a massive power grab here. This is really good consolidation. Again, players already looking to see, looking close to forming their first kingdoms and getting the first points on the board. Who do you think we're going to see the first points on the board from?
It's tough. I mean, if they can, I was thinking that it was going to be Gascony. Their expansion seems pretty uncontested, but now looking at like Cara, I think she's like this war and then 1 more war away.
Yeah, and also I'm pretty sure that Spartini is only 1 war away themselves. Of course, Spartini actually has the income right now to form the kingdom. This is Cara's income. Cara has the income ready to form a kingdom as soon as the option is there. Spartini does not, but their total monthly income is higher. Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to see Cara form a kingdom first and get the first point on the board. And I think that will force a lot of the other players to kind of step up the pace a bit. Cara's ally taking a big lost battle here. Honestly, the enemy that Cara's like, they got very lucky there. Cara actually captured someone in that siege there, finishing the war. But there was a lot of troops against them in that battle, and they've gained a lot of territory. They're currently 5 holdings over their holding cap. So they've now got to make some decisions here on who they're giving things to. But again, she didn't get the duchy didn't go with the title. She has to recreate the duchy. And she still needs 2 more provinces. So an invasion of Granada is needed before we'll see the Kingdom of Andalusia.
Now, Snap strategy is trying to murder into Brittany.
Okay.
And I'm trying to see if there's a line of succession there, or if they're just doing it to cause strife.
I think it's going to be a strife kind of thing. Brittany's independent, though, so I don't quite see the reason for it. Maybe it's to stop an alliance. Nope, you don't seem to be allied. anywhere that's gonna prevent their expansion. Also, I don't know if Snap Strategy has realized, but their current capital is not the ducal capital of their realm, which, you know, they could be causing some control issues. If they should probably switch that so they can, you know, possibly build the ducal title building and receive all the effects, and as well as rather than just focusing all the development on, unless, they might be staying in the board because it is Basque culture.
No, that would make
What would
sense.
they get from? Which does have marital ceremonies, which gives you bonuses from spouse counselor tasks and marriage acceptance. Marriage acceptance is a good get for this game mode.
Oh, 100%.
Because that will allow them to get some better, absolutely better royal marriages matrilineally. I like that. If they're thinking of switching to Basque, that is a solid choice right there.
Tuscany has finally declared on Ancona. It is, I believe, for one county.
Yeah, Ancona's not looking too good, Mr. Stark. They've already lost some of their land. Lombardy is independent as well. You could grab another part of Corsica back, Tuscany. If you go for that, I hope they get gaining that claim there on Corsica, because that, I think I'd be more wanting to do that than moving into Ancona right now. But I think they've got this war handled. They outnumber the King of Ancona massively. Grabbing the County of Modena. So that's part of the Duchy of Emilia. And a de jure part of the Kingdom of Italy. So probably looking to secure more of Italy here is what we're seeing.
The thing that scares me with Tuscany is that they actually don't have any allies. Everyone else, you know, has at least one, Cara having 4 because she has so many daughters to marry off, and Grave One just doesn't seem to see the point of a friendship.
Cara's also got ritualized friendship as well, so just alliances through friends is a lot more common down here in Iberia. That was a big thing about the Iberian rework, is this whole friendship gameplay outside of just standard alliances and standard relationships.
Also, none of Tuscany's children are betrothed yet. I wonder what the play is and why they are waiting.
Yeah, the lack of betrothals is interesting. I also, again, I don't quite understand the disinheriting right now, because it's all about, you know, the expansion of your thrones, and a daughter is still a good matrilineal option. She's not in your line of succession. I don't understand why the disinheriting was a factor here. I'm not quite sure of the strategy here. Even so, we're still relatively quiet right now. I think a lot of... Oh, wait, no! Our first point has been gained. Cara grabbed Andalusia.
Oh, very nice.
That is 1 point for Cara, the first of our players to enter the board. Let's hope they can hold on to it.
She's got a very nice income. Her court looks, or her council looks pretty stacked. Her marshal not looking so hot, but...
Yeah, and also the thing is here, all she has to do now is subjugate the Taifa of Baia, the duchy to her left, and that's another kingdom. Because she already has the other duchy. She started in the other duchy that makes up that kingdom title.
Oh, wow.
So I think we're about to see the Cara steamroll, unless anyone can start making some plays here.
Wonder what's going on with Barcelona, if anything is happening. or if Gascony's a little preoccupied.
Barcelona's inheritance, succession, still the Gascony's player, shall we say, in the Barcelonan succession is still third because of children that have been born. But the option is still there.
How inconvenient.
How inconvenient. Why do people have to go and have kids? Gascony also still only got 2 children. I would be worried that my dynasty is this small, this far into the game, because we are already almost 20 years in. We've been running at a constant speed 3. But in about 10 minutes' time, we're going to be taking our game pause. Heading up to that, what do you think we're going to see? Who's going to be the next to get a king? What problem areas do you foresee our players running into?
As far as problem areas, I'm very concerned about the Byzantine and Tuscany fight on the islands in the Mediterranean. I think that we're going to see that kind of come to a head, maybe even this session, depending. I think at this point, Kara's very uncontested in Iberia. I think that she can sort of, like you said, just steamroll through. The Scotland situation
quite
is
now.
a bit
Yes,
curious.
Scotland's actually at war for the kingdom right now.
Yeah.
So Mordaith is grabbing the kingdom of Scotland, and they have the allies to prove it. We're going to see our second player on the board be Mordaith, the cannibal. It's going to take a bit of a snack out of Scotland, pump down some haggis and some iron brew, and possibly both of those are now made of human. But we're going to see another player here on the board. So not that far behind Kara. We were just saying that she's going to start steamrolling, but hey, there's another player now chomping, probably literally, at her heels.
Yeah, Snackland instead of Scotland.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't my best.
Mordaith to rename it. Rename it to Snackland.
But again, with only one child, one heir. Ham cutlet.
Ham cutlet, yes. Yeah, it's a big issue. I really believe. The daughter is lustful, though, so and the daughter's betrothal is also lustful. So once they get going, they're gonna get going. This 14-year-old is looking at this older gentleman here and this older gentleman here and thinking, hey, as soon as it's legal, this family's gonna grow.
Yeah, curious to
Till
see.
then, we can just stare at each other across the Great Hall.
She didn't get the traits of her mother, who has amazing traits. It was a great marriage on Mordaith's part.
Well, yeah, with the fact that Mordaith's character didn't have any inheritables themselves, it was probably about a 25% chance on some of those. And yeah, the dice rolls were not in Mordaith's favor. It's now a battle of sieges, though. Currently, Mordaith has just gotten the siege of the Kingdom of Scotland, but they've just had their capital of Edinburgh taken away from them, and their wife has been captured by the enemy. It's a battle of sieges here. This could be devastating, honestly. They can't lose this war. Otherwise, they're going to be set back a long way. We were just saying how, Scotland's going to be secure for Mordaith. Actually, the Scots are putting up a fight.
Mordaith has almost 3 times the amount of soldiers. So long as his allies have his back, I think he will be fine. But yeah, they do seem to be taking the siege route.
Kara has managed to vassalize the duchy I was talking about, which I do believe means she can create another title as soon as she has the money. Yep, she just needs another 325 gold pieces before she claims another point on the scoreboard. Oh my gosh, she just managed to vassalize her ally as well.
Oh, wow.
Massive swaths being cut. Because that main title is de jure Al-Andalus.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Kara looking powerful. Look at that. really timing this struggle play well. So the reason that, just to recap, the reason why Hispania is our top point as an empire is because of the struggle, because you can only form the empire itself once the struggle has either been completed, and it relies on you being in the correct phase. There's a lot of time-based elements. It requires a total extra layer of strategy. And Kara's pretty much masterfully manhandling the Iberian struggle right now. She still has to deal with all the Catholics yet, but the Sunni part, the Muslim part of Iberia, solidly under her control. You know, until unfortunately Sigma Chad here dies, because then we're gonna see it all fracture again. But that's the point. As long as it's still her family, that's still points.
Yep. Now, do we think that she's going to expand down into North Africa?
Not sure.
Because once she solidifies Iberia, she's going to have to contend, if she wanted to go farther north, with Gascony, who does seem to be doing quite well themselves.
Mordaith's war is over. They didn't get the kingdom title. It invalidated.
Oh, that is always the worst.
The war invalidated. There is a different king of Scotland usurped it.
That's awful. Yeah,
Donald the Fair lost the title to the Duke of, is this Gaeldom? What is this in this game? What is the title? Moray, the Duke of Moray sniped it whilst Lothian was fighting the war, and I believe, yep, they've got the truce. They didn't push for the conquest to remain the same. That's unfortunate. That really unfortunate. Is.
And we've got Norway pushing in as well.
I don't think anyone else is as close to forming a... No, I'd lie. Gascony took Brittany.
Yep.
They were murdering...
Just looking at that.
I think the murder scheme that we were talking about earlier was to get rid of the alliance chains that Brittany had and thereby make them weak enough for Gascony to attack. Because previously the king of Brittany was allied to England and Denmark. If you murder him, those allies probably won't be around anymore. But this is excellent. I think they've almost got enough here to form the Kingdom of Aquitaine. Okay, so we're going to be pausing in just about 1 moment. But yeah, what you were saying about Gascony. Let's get some final words in.
They seem to have turned their eyes into Castile. That's their next murder plot. And seeing as how successful they've been with their intrigue schemes, I'm curious to see what is going to happen between Andalusia and Gascony coming up.
Yeah. And sorry, it's just one of SpartiniMartini's kids just came of age. We've got Chadus Quackhouse, and the other one, Backup Sunus. Oh dear! And look at this jawline of a creature here. But yeah, we're about to be heading back to the studio very, very soon now, and we will be pausing right now. So, an interesting first half of the interesting first play here. Kara being on the board. This is, you know, I think this is some excellent work here from Kara. This has been some really fast work in probably one of the most volatile areas of play. I would really like to see the other players recognize this and start moving, like you said, like snap strategy hands on Castile. I'd like to see people trying to get their fingers in the pies here. Stopping this steamroll needs to happen now. Very, very hard, very, very quickly. Otherwise, Kara is going to secure herself a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if anyone is going to take more Mediterranean action. Tuscany could attempt to sort of slow some of the progress, if not Gascony. And then even over in Byzantium, there's probably, now that they've kind of leapfrogged over, there's probably some ways that they could try to get involved as well.
Okay, so we are now going to send over to the Council of Players and back to the studio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
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 Thank you.
So let's start with Kara. So you are the first on the board, the one with the first point. How do you feel about that?
I feel fantastic. The Muslim kingdom's kind of just like folded over for me like a lot quicker than I expected. Other than like one kind of tough war, it's all just been like wrapping everything into consolidation pretty easily. Although I will say I don't know what I'm gonna do when Sigma Chad dies, because in the meantime he's also had 14 kids. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah, you've been busy. You have been very, very busy.
Yeah, busy.
So to just put some bad will out there, then Kara, do you think have your play so far gone better than expected, or is it just everyone else that's slower than you expected since you're the one with the point?
Well, I think I am the Chadliest Chad, if that answers your question.
Okay.
The one true Chad.
We'll follow that up a bit later.
All right, Mordaith, my friend, what happened up there?
Oh, we got some problems. My wife has only produced one child, and Ham Cutlet has just come of age. So we'll see how that pans out. But that war that we were having in Scotland was not me trying to take the title. It was me trying to avoid being arrested for being a murderous, incestuous cannibal. But we won.
So basically, they had no proof, is what you're saying?
No proof. That's right.
So you've been sneak also.
It's been a tough start. We had a couple of bad, disastrous initial wars, but I think I can recover.
Let's move on to the grave one. I mean, first of all, chat and the viewers want to know, why is Patricia in jail?
For some reason, she didn't want to be named Tim, so she had to be thrown in jail for that reason. I don't know why she wasn't named Tim, but because of that reason, she's in jail. That is the pretty much rule of the kingdom.
So I guess the other question I had is, I guess we'll start with your view on the matter. You're currently on a small island in the Mediterranean with another player. How do you feel about that?
Not too good. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I thought that was going to be an easy kingdom to secure, and now it is going to be probably a big war. So, or possibly a big war, should I say. But I not too excited. Might move somewhere else because of it.
Okay. And the question that I had for the grave one also, so Tim, for every child. Our strategy?
So it's the Tim dynasty, and to be a part of the Tim dynasty, you must be Tim. So everyone is Tim of Tim. So or just Tim. So yeah, and also if I don't know what's going on with all their names, no one else does. So then everyone just gets confused, and it's just great. I accidentally also offered to give one of my daughters to another player and didn't realize it was another player, and I offered like 5 times. So my bad to whoever that was.
I mean, they could have accepted.
Yeah, but I'm guessing after the 3rd time, they probably were like, what is going on? Why do I keep getting this?
Would you stop it? I said no.
It's over the board behavior. Like, it's part of the it's not just in game, it's also out of game strategy that comes into mind. And
exactly.
Player fatigue is real. Let's see. Let's move on to Snap strategy. Speaking of intrigue, very much intrigue, very good much intrigue.
Yeah, I've been just trying to like expand my own realm early game. It's going okay, I think, but obviously Kara has almost got Hispania, so that's definitely a worry.
So my question for you was your alliance, right, with Mordaith's Overlord.
Yeah, I did have an alliance, and then, I don't know, they just kind of like died.
Oh,
So I just broke the betrothal and then just moved it.
okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, clearly Mordaith is reacting like he has no idea what went on. Lastly, and I'm sure we'll come back to some of the other talking points. SpartiniMartini, you can say a lot of things about the Quack House so far. It's one of the houses that's shown most love in Twitch chat at the moment, so that's exciting. But you're also sharing an island with another player. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, what's the goal right from the start to snatch the gold mine there just to secure some extra income? And I didn't really care about the kingdom, but now I know that the Grave One cares about it, so maybe I'll expand a little bit more.
There's also been some comments about your the magnificent jawline of your heirs and their lovely names.
Yeah, the names I kind of just think of the first thing that comes to my mind. I just type it down. So we got Backup Sunners, we got Baron, we got Alliance Maker 3000. You know, we got the basic stuff.
I feel like there's both a conflict in game on between you and the Grave One, but also when it comes to naming your children. One is just like, no, it needs to be Tim Tim. And the other one is like, no, you need to be what you are. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
You can also kind of see that Mordaith is just looking kind of sad when we're talking about having more than one child.
Poor Mordaith. Man, you need to get busy with that. Do you know, do you have a strategy, maybe?
I don't know, flowers?
Flowers.
I'll give you some of my
Wine?
Too many.
Take her out shopping, maybe? Maybe she wants to shop, man.
She actually shot me down.
Oh,
My wife
no.
said, no chance, sorry. I'm like, oh no.
I mean, just to recap some of the stuff we've learned so far, we're going to let you go back into playing in just a minute. But Kara's on the board. Is anyone else putting their hand up saying, I'm gonna get some points before this first show is over?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, my next move is hopefully France. That's my goal. Take my liege's title, but I don't know.
So we have both Snap Strategy and SpartiniMartini being like, this is going to happen. Grave One, are you going to get some points?
No
tonight?
promises.
No promises. And
No
Mordaith,
promises.
you know.
Points, I'm going to be lucky if I have another kid.
Hey, you can still be a fan favorite even if you suck. So currently, Kara is the one to beat. We are going to go back to the casters. Players, thank you so much for talking to us. And we're going to let you guys get ready to play some more A Family Affair.
So we're back over here now. So it seems like at least Mordaith's having a good time. Apologies that we got that war wrong. He was actually just defending himself, for his life. And the sake of his family. Maybe he will get the Kingdom of Scotland, or as we've now called it, Snackland, by the end of the session. I'd quite like him to also see him have another child, or at least his child have a few more children. That would be really helpful. Again, though, Kara is really dominating the play right now. I'm just going to let the players know that we will be restarting very shortly. Jibbly, following that little interlude, anything you've seen around the map, or anything you want to quickly mention so far?
Yeah, I mean, I heard that we were talking about House Quack House, and I figured we should go through some of the names. So we've got Chattis Quack House, we've got Backup Sunnis Quack House, we've got Baron Sadface, she's got the Baron trait, Alliance Maker 3000, the daughter Quack House, Basic Quack House, and 3 Quack House. So I would say that From a naming standpoint, this family seems to definitely have given these big name tags for what each child is to be, used for diplomatically.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just also going through and seeing who is the most powerful militarily right now. Of course, Kara is at the top. Not far behind them is Snap Strategy with so Kara has 8,600 troops at her disposal. Snap Strategy there with 4,200. Then SpartiniMartini 3,000. Mordaith is at 1,800, and the Grave One is 2,400. But I'm gonna quickly hit the unpause button, and we are gonna get back to play here for the second half of tonight's broadcast. Okay, so are we going to see Kara get another title right now? I think she's just waiting on the coins before forming that title. It's going to be about 28 coins, I think, and then we'll see her with her second kingdom title and getting the second point on the board. Absolutely manhandling this game right now.
Woman handling.
True. That's very true. Chad handling, maybe we should go for.
Chad handling. There you go.
Yeah, Chad handling this game. I'd really like to see Spartini make another go for getting the rest of Cephalonia. I don't know if there's a truce there. If there's a truce there, murder your way out of it. Come on, you've got the stabbing tools. Throw a couple of knives. You'll get there.
The truce actually is over in 4 years, so maybe just a little prep work. No allies, though, which might be a little painful.
Yeah, it really is. I really don't know why Mordaith's wife hasn't produced another heir. Because I think they're lovers as well. Or are they not? No, they're not lovers. Yeah, maybe get on that. Maybe try.
She's got 69 opinion of them.
Yeah, but there's a chance that the event chain from lovers automatically gets them pregnant. Kara actually not. Oh, Kara's got the second title, but it's not the one I thought she was going for. Hang on.
Oh,
she's got Valencia. Kara, and she's doing another war to possibly get the. Does she not have enough for Bajos? Yeah, she did. Okay. She's going to have 3 points by the end of today. Easy. 3 points easy. Interesting. There, Kara. Her second point on the board. Another war. I think we need to see some, declarations in here from the other players.
Looks like Gascony is working on it. I think that they are trying to get into Navarra and Castile.
Mm-hmm. Gascony should really try to grab Navarra, especially if they're going to try and form up the Basque culture as their thing. They have the unfortunate issue, though, that they are stuck under the heel and toe of France right now. I wonder, if they declared war on France, do you reckon they could beat France right now with the power that they've got?
Militarily, looking like France has quite a few, let's see, more men than them.
Yeah,
if they played it smart with their allies.
How is this Castile? What is the Castile alliance here? Okay, there's a direct alliance between... Which one of his children? Oh. Hang on. His primary daughter that was married into Barcelona, the marriage has been broken and switched to one of Castile, the Count of Leon.
Yeah. Yep. And it looks
so
like
Barcelona... Given up
yeah,
on
Barcelona is
Barcelona
not looking super strong.
No, they're really
gonna
not.
Be, yeah.
I think this is wise. Even if the AI was the person that broke that relationship, grabbing Castile instead and trying to murder their way into Castile, far better. However, they're going to have a trouble, murdering their way into Castile because it is Alfonso the Brave that is the king with his very scary 31 intrigue. He's not the easiest one to kill with a knife. Still not much movement here from Gigachatus of Quack House. Tuscany, hello. 2 wars here from Tuscany, 1 in Sardinia and 1 in the Duchy of Apulia. For the Duchy of Apulia. It's a holy war because Apulia changed from Catholic. They're going to get all of that because holy war means they'll take all the titles. This is going to be a kingdom here.
Yep, that could be the next one. And it looks like they've got it from a number standpoint.
Yeah, it's the grave ones
rough
here.
Battle though.
Oh, was that over in Sardinia?
Yeah.
You were looking? Yeah.
It was a loss.
I think they landed directly on the enemy army. They've got no knights there. There's no knights, no men-at-arms either. So it was just peasants versus a fair amount of men-at-arms. The pikemen, they're giving the defense bonus. Oh, and their allies aren't in the same war there. So they weren't actually aiding that battle. So it was just peasants versus, an actual military. Also, they're losing some sieges here in the south of Italy. They really need to form up these troops and try and fight some of these battles. Have they bitten off more than they can chew right now?
2 wars at the same time is a bit spicy.
A bit spicy, but I really think that they're moving to try and block the other player in Sardinia. I think they had to. Can the Orthodox faith also do holy wars into Italy? So that would be my play right now from Spartini. I'd be telling I would be looking at this and going, they're going to do it. I'm going to try and grab it first.
Speaking of Spartini, he does not seem to have expanded too much.
Very much trying to form up the kingdom of Epirus here. They've got the amount of de jure counties they need. However, they need that other duchy. This is why I was going, you need to go attack Cephalonia, and here it is.
Just happened.
It's the wrong province, though. It's the wrong province. It's for the county of Nicopolis and not the actual duchy title of Cephalonia. They're claiming that county now, but they're doing this county by county.
I wonder if they're maybe unable to get the CB.
Maybe, but
otherwise, why would they do it
piecemeal? Well, the thing is that if they managed to take Cephalonia itself rather than Nicopolis right now, even if it was a county claim, they'd be able to usurp the ducal level title because they wouldn't de jure be in that duchy anymore. And they could just remove the title from their enemy there. Oh, he just had one of his sons die in combat. Backup son died.
Backup Sonus.
Backup Sonus has fallen to the sword.
Oh no. Let's hope you have backup as the second.
Yeah, in this game mode right now, I would 100% be telling no military service. Going into my Knights tab, telling my children, you're not allowed to fight. I need you and your potent seed. That's really unfortunate. It shouldn't be too much of a setback as they still have, Chadus, and they also have number 3. But okay, no, that's one of their knights. I thought they were wounded.
Still a lot of injuries.
A lot of wounded. There's a lot of injuries. Do they not have They don't have a court physician. They didn't have a court physician. They've now got one. But yeah, that's a little bit of a misplay if I do say so myself. Either way, Tuscany. These wars are not looking great. However, is that Yeah, no, they did just beat back Apulia. They've got to just retake some of these sieges here, and they'll be fine. The war against Arborea could be completed faster, but they did need to beat that combat lest they be pushed out of this war. And if they go for the Apulia siege, they should have this. And this will be a lot of land gained for Tuscany and all important, the extra kingdom. Cara, however, point number 3 has been secured.
Wow.
Absolutely storming ahead.
Now, after her ruler dies and things get split up, what do you think that her strategy is going to be? Does she want to reconsolidate, or is she just trying to get her family on as many thrones as possible?
I think she needs to reconsolidate up until she can get the Empire of Hispania.
Yeah.
Purely because I think it's too risky to leave them under vassal points, and having those titles under the Empire, that's more points in the bag rather than the just leaving it to be the little individual nations. OldManMordaith.
And Mordaith
holding
still...
tight. Yeah, just still no extra child, Mordaith. His daughter has had a son, though. Big Beef.
So...
Hello, Big Beef. Big Beef chief in Scotland. Look at this man. Oh, look at this boy, the 1-year-old. Definitely got some big... Now, let's hope his kid can have a few more kids than he can. He's really, really struggling to get his wife pregnant. Which is a shame because she has some very good traits that passing into the lineage would be very nice to grab. Now, there is one strategy with the character creator that no one picked up on for this game, which I think could have served people well. With the 400-point Iron Man limit that was set, there is a way to get the pure bloodline right off the bat. If you go, I think it's if you go for beautiful as your main, I think it's beautiful as your main trait, and then you can go intelligent and quick, and then take nothing, or not quick, intelligent and hail, the one of the strength ones, and you get that 3 trifecta. I believe having the beautiful as the dominant trait, it is the cheaper of the points, and with that you can take the strong-blooded event right off the bat, and giving yourself, I think there's a fertility bonus in there as well. So I think that would have been the way to go, and it would have secured these specialist traits right from the beginning. Yes, you would have been lessened on, say, intrigue at the beginning. You wouldn't have been able to go for elusive shadow right off the bat, but you would have had a very, very strong bloodline. And then I think you could have made that up with the education traits, and just going down the education lines instead, getting those points that way rather than spending them all in the character creator.
Oh, see, I did not know that. That is good to know.
I don't think it's pure bloodline. I think it's strong bloodline I'm looking for. I can't quite remember the trait name. I wish I had the wiki open in front of me, but yes.
Tuscany seems to be turning around and focusing one war at a time, which is probably the smart way to do it.
Cara moving in on Barcelona now.
Oof.
Really, really starting to cut people out of Iberia.
She has to, otherwise she's going to find herself in a bit of a position.
This is being perfectly played. Wow, that's a really cool name. The King of France, who's just died, sadly, was King Philippe Strongarm of France. I haven't seen that title before. That's a really cool title. That's because we've got another player on the board. Snap strategy is the King of France.
Oh, wow.
There we go. There we have it. Another point is secured, and it's not for Cara. We have 2 players on the board. Consecrated Bloodline. That's the one I'm thinking of, I think. But all hail the King of France. Now, can they form the Kingdom of Brittany as well? If so, for that extra point. Yep, they just need 500. They just need 500 gold to become King of Brittany as well. That's going to be 2 points. Already almost rivaling Kara's point total. It's not a clear win for her yet.
Yeah, that's a scarier alliance now. The Castilian-French alliance versus the Castilian-Gasconian alliance. So Kara probably trying to figure out her route.
I don't know if it's very hard to tell if she's noticed either right now. I don't know if we're seeing many of the players notice some of these things. If they've got the outliner open and they know all the sigils of the various thrones, possibly. But yeah, that's having France. That's a solid get right now. It's going to put a lot of the other players on the back foot as well. We got 2 very solid players already. And I'm not going to count the Grave Ones out right now because obviously they are close to being a kingdom as well. But I think Spartini and Mordaith got some real consolidating to do and maybe looking further afield going, how can I get into Novgorod? Or, hey, moving to this random island in the Mediterranean, that might be a good idea for me right now.
If you were Mordaith, would you maybe attempt to try to get some sort of alliance going with France so you guys could eat into England together?
Possibly, but I think I'd want to try and secure the British Isles myself. The thing about the British Isles is, yes, there's less kingdoms there. There's only a total of 4 in that empire. You can defend yourself so much better because of it being an island. And if you can, jump enemy troops, it's a very easy position to manhandle the rest of Europe from. What I would be looking at Mordaith to do, however, would be to ally into people like AI Norway, and looking to try and secure themselves the throne of Scotland. They've got to move fast. They've got to, because all the while they're not king as well. They're going to be suffering the negative penalties of being a cannibal. And there's still a risk that they can be just unlanded because they are a cannibal. Again, I love the role play up here, but right now I think some strategic thinking and a little bit more meta play needs to step in. But hey, my heart and my stomach is still with the North of Scotland. Still seeing a very quiet move from Spartini. They have got enough now, in terms of, they've still got enough in the land department for the Kingdom of Epirus. They just need another ducal title. And is that what the war is right now? No, this is a war for the tyranny against the Duke of Thessalonica. Why? Oh, they're an ally in this. This is one of their allies. Well, okay. Not sure why they're doing that. This is just going to slow down their... Oh, no. Oh, no. Martini's lost another kid.
No.
Number 3 was drowned by another child.
Oh, no.
Dear. Oh, no. And he's had a stress break. Hey, Wanton Desires, get Rakish. Does Rakish has a fertility bonus, right? Oh, it doesn't. It's just stress loss.
Is that our first stress level of the game?
I don't know. It could be, but either way, he's had another son. It's called Backupsonus the sequel. Looking forward to it. But family members of House Quackhouse are dropping like flies. 7 dynasty members. Mordaith still having the problem of only having 5 living members. 5 living members, hey. His daughter is doing what he could not. And he's had another kid. His daughter, 2 sons. He now has a second daughter. So we have leftovers. We have big beef. And we have long pork. Yes, long
excellent.
pork. Still haven't seen that second kingdom forming up for France. The Holy Roman Empire is
Tuscany
looking
in
really
another-
solid this game as well. So something that we
Yeah.
haven't spoken about much is both the Byzantines and the HRE are worth 3 points each. And there's been no real maneuvering yet as to destabilize the HRE and possibly, get some people in the favor of that.
I think Tuscany might aim for it once they can consolidate Italy. They are slowly but surely making their way.
Tuscany didn't actually get the ducal title. They haven't been able
Nope.
to usurp it. It's a shame. I don't know about this here. Oh, they're at war of Ancona for Vecchio, so they're going for Corsica now. However, all of their troops are in Ancona proper. They're trying to siege the kingdom, trying to get the war score possibly from capturing people, because I don't actually think they've got... Oh, no, they do have enough troops to fight this. But they're relying
they've
on
got the numbers.
They're relying on Angria, who aren't here yet. They're coming down from North Germany here, moving on in. It's been a game of sieges. We haven't seen many strong battles yet. How's Andalusia doing? Andalusia has managed to get... they're going for Aragon. They're moving on to the Christian kingdoms now.
Ooh. Cara being very aggressive.
Very aggressive.
I'm assuming she's seen France become a thing and is probably trying to just go as quickly as possible.
I'm pretty sure all the while Castile is going to be a thing, Cara can't finish the struggle. So this is a very tactical blocking from Snap strategy. And in fact, Cara here okay, I thought she was going to lose that battle for a moment, but she isn't. They've managed to beat Aragon here. I still want to see more concerted effort of people trying to finagle their families into at least claims for these kingdoms. Even if Cara manages to take them, I really want to see people being in the position to at least have claims on them, because players can fight each other. We want players to fight each other eventually. So seeing some claims being grabbed now and keeping those claims in the family could be very beneficial, even if they don't take land right as of yet. Ooh. The Graves One's capital is currently under threat. They did get the Anconan capital, but the province has 2 castles, so they didn't actually capture anyone from it, and it didn't provide much war score. Their ally is down here sieging now, but all the time they spend sieging, they're actually going to start taking massive attrition here, because these are mountain provinces. And yeah, they need to move on their capital, because it is 50% of the way to being sieged. Their ally is moving with them. And I think they're going to solidify before this battle. I think they've got enough troops. Yeah, and the ally is trying to move. Their enemy is trying to move away.
Oh yeah, they've got this.
They've got
One
this
thing
now,
I've always
but,
appreciated about Crusader Kings Warfare is the 100% war score. You don't get to pick and choose what you want. You go to war for this thing, and you get this thing when you've fully completed the war.
Yes. And it does mean that you're going to have to do a lot more fighting for a lot more smaller gains, or use political machinations in order to get better claims going in. Having this holy war in the south, that is fantastic, and that's really going to help them out. If they haven't already, I know that they're currently focused on trying to win this war against Ancona, but that doesn't stop them having a plot. They need to start murdering their way through Apulia in order for the truce timer to end, and for them to be able to push in more, because they really need to begin this steamroll themselves. They've got a lot of land that they kind of have full control of. They've managed to kind of block Spartini here, and they need to make sure they keep up that blocking method. Otherwise, Spartini could come in and take the rest of the Duchy of Apulia and stop them from forming the kingdom. Remember, it's kingdoms and up that gets points, not duchies. So they need to get this moving. And there they had it. They actually had a murder plot going. They just started a murder plot against Apulia, but it instantly got caught. They just don't have the power right now in order to murder here.
Their council is looking a little rough. we're not seeing as high of numbers as we would like to with our advisors, I think.
Kara's finished her war with Aragon. What does she need for that kingdom to be created now? Just another 325 gold before Kara will have another point on the board. France still not claimed its second point. I don't know where their income's been going. Maybe.
Living members of House Chad is 19.
19.
Yeah, Kara having 4 wives is making a big thing advantage for her.
Yeah, that's really good going. And if you look at the dynastic map mode, you can see the giant green Chad now very prominent on the map. Possibly one of the biggest fonts as well, which we know in Paradox games is a marker of success. So,
yep.
You know, De La Roche Lambert, yeah, you've got a lot of land, but you've got a lot of letters to try and fit in there. Not quite as Chad enough to be seen from space here. Can we check legacies? Of course we can. So House Chad here has its first dynastic legacy. Kara's gone for glory for the plus 30 marriage acceptance. Fantastic get. Even if this is as far as they go in the glory path, fantastic get. 30 marriage acceptance in this game mode. Mwah. That is GM's choice, honestly. That is what I would be going for in this. So Chad doing well. Let's check the other families because everyone should be getting to at least their first point yet. House Quackhouse is very close, not quite there. Of course, Kara has the benefit of being a king and having a higher renown gain from that. So probably we should check Snap Strategy. Also not quite there. Is it just Kara with that lead? Is that what the lead? No. Our good friend who eats friends has actually gone for Bounteous Loins, the kin path to provide attraction, opinion, and fertility. Clearly, this is the strategy of how they've decided to have kids. Why buy them flowers when you can just write it into your family histories that you're good in bed? You know. And it seems to be working. He's got a son.
Yeah. Yep. I was just going to say.
Okay. Jibbly, where do you think we're going to see our next point? Do you think it's going to be one of the obvious ones where it's the Kara or Snap Strategy just saving up money to grab another kingdom? Actually, in fact.
Yeah. I think it's a financial point.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to see from the other three in order to try and shake this all up a bit?
So for Mordaith, I would like to see Scotland. I'd like to see eating into Ireland and then eventually taking on England. I think Mordaith has a lot of AI expansion before we have to see any player versus player stuff. However, I do think our first big player war is probably going to be France and Andalusia. They're bordering each other. They're both trying to sort of stop the other one from expanding into northern Iberia in the Castilian region. I'm not exactly sure if Spartini has maybe given up on the Mediterranean expansion, the Italian expansion, because it does look like they're sort of focused elsewhere. So I think my first guess on a player war was wrong.
Okay, so Spartini here does have the duchies now to form Epirus. They are about to secure a point. They're just waiting on money now. They're literally waiting on about 100 gold coins, and they should finally have a kingdom, giving themselves at least a point on the board, putting them firmly into third place. However, I don't know if they've set themselves up enough expansion pass post this. At least with the Grave Ones and Mordaith, to an extent, I can see their clear path right now. Spartini, I'm not so sure, especially with how long it's taken them to solidify just Epirus. I'm a bit hesitant to call where they're going to fit into the play of things, especially as they went for the really lovely grab of Cagliari and then didn't push into the rest of Sardinia very quickly. I think that's partially down to, though, the Grave Ones, who has made an excellent time of it blocking them, who are currently in 3 wars again.
Yep.
Tuscan claim of Vecchio is still ongoing, but there has also been they're helping their ally, who is in the Mercian claim of somewhere in Wales. Oh, so were they looking to get into Wales as well? Because we know Mordaith's there. How is this alliance held up? The marriage between Tim. Damn it, which Tim? Doesn't help me.
At least give them numbers.
Oh, yeah. Or vary up how many Tims. Oh, that's angrier. Gosh, now I've got to dive through the Tims. Is it a female Tim that the marriage is through? No, Estrid, that's... This is one of... Oh, no. There's... Patricia's Tim, there's also now Sylvana Tim. We've also got another non-Tim in the Timness.
Oh, that's probably going to be jailed.
It's his heir that's married into the Welsh house. She does have a pressed claim on that duchy as well. And in fact, it's currently female succession up there. So a couple of well-placed murders, and we could see a Tim in Wales. We could have the Welsh branch of the Tims, which would then turn England into a battleground state between Mordaith and the Grave Ones.
Kara just finished another war. She seems to, at this point, where do you think her next expansion is? Galicia?
I think she needs to go for Galicia or Navarra. I would personally be going for Navarra. She wants to try and stop that land border between France and Spain. And if I was Snap Strategy, I'd be trying to move on Navarra right now. Needs to solidify that land, because another thing is that then gives them a foothold in the Iberian struggle. In fact, hang on. French claim on the county of Santiago.
Ooh.
They're moving on Galicia. They're grabbing the holy site over there. Interesting. Very interesting.
Militarily, France is not at the same spot as Andalusia right now.
No, Kara right now is strong. She's got 14,000 levies to her name. And a lot of allies. She's allied
However,
Castile as well.
France has secured alliance with the Kaiser of the HRE.
Ooh,
That is a strong ally.
That's a very strong ally. And what's the alliance through? Is it through a boy or a girl? Let me find it
here. It's through his son.
It is his second son and a daughter of House Salian. So, hey, currently, I think the HRE is male succession only. So that's slightly a shame, but that's still a very, like, in terms of manpower and as a whacking stick, having the Holy Roman Empire under tow is, that's good. And the thing is, if they call the Holy Roman Emperor in, say, to a war against Kara, say Snap declares war on Kara, brings the HRE in and brings Castile in, by default, that gives the Grave Ones an opportunity to also join this war, because through their ruler, through their liege, they will be in this war. Of course, it gives them the opportunity to say, no, I'm not going to raise my troops to this. But I would be looking at that situation and go, and the enemy of my enemy is a friend right now, and we need to tear down Kara. So, no, I would be working on that. We have seen the Kingdom of Epirus form up, so SpartiniMartini has got themselves a point. We have now seen a total of 5 points in this first session thus far. Nope, sorry, 6 points. Kara's on 4. By mistake. She's doing far better.
I feel like she has a new point every time we look back at her nation.
You blink, you've missed it. There's another point in her favor.
So now that Epirus has been consolidated, where do you think Spartini's next move is going to be?
I mean, the big point would be if they somehow become the Basilis right now, they would be on equal points to Kara. If they could swing that somehow. Byzantine Empire is a big point grab. It's 3 points for that empire because notoriously it's very hard to hold. Kara and Snap Strategy are doing a game of chess right now between each other. Just a friendly game of chess while the greater game continues on. Just playing off against each other. They're playing their own mini game within our live event. They're stepping aside from the esports really fast challenge, and Snap Strategy's character won. Look at that. Maybe that's a telling of things to come. Either way, Galicia has lost its war to France. France has now stepped foot in Iberia. I believe this actually therefore counts them in the Iberian struggle mechanic. I believe they'll get the ability to see it. I think they count as involved in the struggle. Struggle involvement. Yep. No, France is not there. Not there yet. Maybe they need to hold a duchy at least. Interloper. No. Interesting.
So Mordaith has allied the King of England. So we might see a play for Scotland, hopefully.
He was working on... Wait, no, he's allied to the King of Scotland. Oh, he's friends with the King of Scotland. He's friends with the King of Scotland in order for the King of Scotland not to keep attacking him, I think. He is allied to England. Oh, he's allied to Scotland as well. Interesting.
So what is the play
of today?
Yeah, what is the play here? Unless he uses his Welsh province and maybe jumps over to Ireland. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I think maybe it's... I think what the goal is here now is take out Sunderjar, the Norwegian half of Scotland, and then step on over into Ireland, become King of Ireland, then perhaps become King of Wales at the same time, and then go back for Scotland, and then turn around and be like, hey, England, sorry, bud, this is my island. But again, I think I'd be looking for other avenues. Also, his succession's pretty safe now. His family's grown. He doesn't have to worry about that as much. I think outward steps need to be taken now for Mordaith, especially with the speed at which the other players are now moving. Tuscany looking very close to forming two kingdoms, not quite enough yet. I think they need to take one more province from Ancona, possibly, and then possibly just grab the county of Bastia, the county of Bastia is independent. The north of Corsica is independent right now. If they really wanted to play for blocking that, SpartiniMartini should grab that. They should try and declare that war. We have a crusade for Sicily. For Sicily. Who is involved with this? France is involved with this. Scotland, Mordaith's involved with this. Where's Tuscany? Have they noticed? Tuscany needs to get involved with this. Because what will happen here is because there is no king of Sicily, it will go to whoever has the highest war score and create a new kingdom. So this could be a free point for France because they have the most manpower here to gain that point. There's going to be no allies coming in for Sicily here. They are a lone ruler on this. There's not going to be any other real defenders here. Players need to dive on this. This is a point of, okay, go. Of course, our Orthodox player can't jump in. Of course, Kara can't jump in. She might be able to join the defensive side, but Mordaith, the Grave Ones, and Snap all need to be in here. And the only person missing is the Grave Ones, the person closest, and the person who has been trying to get that kingdom.
Now, I wonder, if it's just that they haven't noticed, or if maybe they're trying to use this for a different opportunity, but it seems like missing this opportunity would be a big mistake.
Yep. And they're the closest. They can get the war score the earliest. They need to be in control of this. They need to be manhandling this crusade. I really wish that I could be screaming in the Grave One's ear right now. Just go! Join the war! Come on! It's a crusade! Be faithful! Even the person that's eating people is joining. What are you doing? Anyway, Caro looking really solid right now. The thing is as well, we need to make a note of, we are only in the first session. There is still more session to go. And also, all of our player characters are starting to get old now. So the wild thing of inheritance is going to be right around the corner. And we Chad, there's a lot of Chads. There is a lot of Chads, meaning this realm is going to fracture. Snap strategy only has 2 sons, and there's only 1 kingdom right now. Brittany may split off and get force created. But I don't think we'll see an Aquitaine France split. Can I check what the succession looks like for this player if I'm looking at them? Succession. Yes. Oh, wow. It doesn't show a split. There is the Crusade. Tuscany didn't get in. I wonder if they were blocked by a truce.
Oh, could be.
Is that possibly a thing? If so, this is going to be really bad for them because France is going to pick up this kingdom. If France mobilizes. Normandy is mobilized. Where's France's troops? Snap. Oh, there's Snap's troops. I think they're a bit slow on the draw. Their troops are being raised now in the south of France. They got to get down there, though. Is Mordaith mobilizing? Is the cannibal army coming? Have they decided to go for an Italian eat out right now? Like, are they heading out for some pasta, or are they staying at home? I think right now.
Oh, Tuscany is in.
Tuscany is in. Oh, okay. They've joined now. They were not in at the beginning of that war. So
they are mobilizing. It looks like they're on their way.
Why am I not seeing them in the playlist? Oh, they are here. And they are currently first in the war score share. Okay, this is good. This is very good. Oh, come on, the Grave One. I shouldn't be cheering for you, but you deserve this. Do not let the other two take it. But France is coming in force. France are very close to landing. And they're heading straight for the war call. The Grave One is like sieging the land next to them. But currently France is close to landing. The King of England just got accosted by France. Interesting play there. Maybe they're looking to attack. Oh, wait, is Normandy independent? No, Normandy. It's because they're in this crusade. I got excited again there. Okay, many a crusading knight moving here on Italy. Oh, Tuscany is losing a battle to the defenders of the crusade. However, deaths count a lot in terms of crusade war score, so not necessarily a bad thing that Tuscany just got pretty much stack wiped in that regard. But they are down to 344 men. They now have no say in any of these sieges, so it could be up for grabs.
I am beginning to take a peek at factions and just sort of seeing how stable everyone is looking right now. And it doesn't look like we're under major threats yet.
Mordaith and France and Mordaith and Snap currently share the same amount of war score in second and third. In first place currently is Tuscany, but they're all on 20% of the war share. So it's down to whoever's going to get either more dead by this or more sieges. And Tuscany's about to lose their army again. Also, the ruler of Tuscany is ill right now, so we might be about to see our first succession. Tim has been set as a beneficiary of this. One of the female Tims this is. So the thing is, they are still going to get a little slice of the pie, possibly, even if this goes to one of the other players, which means the players will be able to, continue the vying for control outside of this war. France currently still in second. Mordaith, Lothian is in third. Again, Tuscany still just about holding on to that first place purely because they have lost so many people. But the armies are gone. The Crusade is at 100%. I think it's going to go to Tuscany. I think it's just about going to go to Tuscany. We're at 100% on this war. They are currently winning by 300 points. They got it. And it went to Queen Tim. Queen Tim of Tuscany, or now, Sicily. And the Grave One gaining their first point on the board. Just Mordaith now not to breach the point threshold. Now, I will say, it's excellent that the Grave One is on the board. However, the daughter, Ham Cutlet, of Mordaith's realm is the Duchess of Calabria. And gained a large slice of the pie there just because of the war score share. And then France, who was their beneficiary? Did they not set someone of their family as a beneficiary? Because I'm not seeing any French dynasty down here. Interesting.
That doesn't appear so.
I feel like I feel like the Grave One and Grave One actually just got another point. They're the Kingdom of Sardinia.
Okay.
Look at that. 2 points in a row. What a turnaround. House Tim is now a two-throne two-throne tower? What Timmy
Throne
Two Thrones.
for every Timmy Two Thrones.
Two Thrones. Yeah, it's Timmy Two Thrones. Oh dear. Either way, Two Thrones there for the Grave One. Now putting that puts them in second place, I think. I don't think France has got. Nope, France has got Aquitaine. France has also got 2 points now. So that now has them tied second. So the Grave One and Snap Strategy tied second. Cara, still in the lead. Mordaith yet to get on the board. Spartini just ahead of them with 1 throne.
Now Spartini
is trying to murder the Byzantine Emperor.
Oh, yep.
And they're going to do it. Is this going to destabilize enough? It's going to put a child in charge. So this could be the opening in order to get in. Also, I've just seen in our event comms chat that Spartini accidentally killed the cat of the Byzantine Emperor. The duck murdered a cat.
No.
The Quack House did not come. It came out to play, but that poor cat.
The cat didn't deserve it. We know that the cat's actually who's in charge.
The F's in chat for the cat, everybody. That's really, really, really sad. But the poor Basilius losing their feline companion. Better than losing their life, however. Right. France. France is currently involved in 2 wars. No, sorry, I'm looking at a different thing. I'm looking at the Basilius right now. Oops. Let's go to Snap Strategy. Okay, so Snap Strategy here. 51 years old now. He's got 10,000 troops to his name. Oh, Cara. You sneaky devil, you. Galicia. That's a 5th point there for Cara. And look at that control of the Iberian Peninsula. Overwhelmed by stress. 50 years old. This is all going to break apart very soon. And they are very over their force limit there. Now, the thing is, something that we've neglected to mention, now that the Crusades are a thing, Kara's a target.
Yeah.
Kara is a very big target. All the while, Castile and France are involved in that region. But Kara grabbing, all of modern day Portugal there, and more. It's really solid land. It's a lot.
She's eaten. Yeah, she's eating into South France. So
She is. Oh, I think that was inherited by Barcelona, and then Barcelona has been put there. Interesting. She has a grandson on or did have a grandson on the throne of Barcelona. They've actually just lost it back to the House of Barcelona. Her grandson there is Catholic. Are we going to see her religious flip? Because that could be the strategy of survival here. Especially with this character who currently owns everything. She would be able to force convert all of her kids. That would also possibly flip the struggle. However, to do it, I believe she would need to have a lover who is Catholic convert her. I don't think she could click convert. I do not know if she'd have the piety to do so. Let me just find a Catholic character and see what it would cost her to convert. For her to convert to the faith? Actually, no, it's only another 3,000 piety.
she does seem to be saving it on up. I think maybe that is what she's going for. It's a really smart play right at the beginning. Get as many children as possible and then flip religion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also just as another possibility. Oh, she's only got 21 to be able to go to Mozarabic. She only needs 21 more piety to be Mozarabic, which will stop her from being crusaded as well, because they also have the Pope as their head of faith. That's what you'd need to do. I calling it now, this faith conversion is how she retains most of her land. Yes, she'll start having uprisings from the Sunni parts of the realm. However, it will secure her titles from being holy ward by the other players. And if she completes this, this is an absolutely, wonderful, wonderful maneuver.
Regardless of a holy war, though, do you think that the French and HRE alliance, I think at some point they are going to have more military strength than her?
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. And I definitely think it's gonna be a clash of titans that I don't know if we'll see it this session, but I believe we will start to see it in the next session. For sure. And it has to happen relatively soon. Otherwise, they are going to be
Mordaith is down to 2 children.
Oh no.
He has the oldest heir as well at 58. Or the oldest ruler. My apologies. Everyone else is 53 or less.
Were they murdered by a character, the Grave One?
Let's see.
Was murdered by Marguerite. Who is Marguerite? No, Marguerite is just a random lowborn.
Oh.
Okay. That's some seriously unluckiness. Mordaith, one of Mordaith's characters, though, still in charge of Calabria. Wait, what? Holy War for the Duchy of Spoluto. Why is Duchy of Calabria in this? Interesting. They're just in as an ally, but I thought for a moment that the Grave Ones was attacking for that, trying to remove Mordaith's little holding in his dynasty's land. But it wasn't the case. The Grave One's alliance there, though, it's about 9th. Well, they've just finished the war, but they had about 9,000 troops to their name. So, oh, wow! Francia! Francia took England!
Oh, that is a very scary prospect for Mordaith right now.
They're an empire. They got an empire title. That's another 2 points as well.
Yeah.
So they don't currently get the extra point from having England, but they are the Empire of Francia. They are not France. That is a holy moly. Snap
that changes some things
coming back up. 4 points to Kara's 5. This is looking scary. Now, can they hold on to it, and can they get someone on the throne of England? Also, at this point, Mordaith. Does Mordaith try and get Francia down on the inside?
Yeah, I don't know if it's better to attempt an alliance. I would be afraid.
Yeah, I feel like it's better for them to try and, go, as long as you're okay with me eating people up here, I will serve you as a loyal vassal, for a little while.
You guys eat escargot. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's fine. But this is going to be worrying for Mordaith, because there is now another player in their starting empire. That this is seriously inconvenient for them.
Oh, Spartini is going for the empire.
They've got the claim as well, yeah, and they're about to get it. Are they possibly about to boost themselves on the board and get themselves the empire of Byzantium, of second Rome, old Rome, remaining Rome, but once Rome, now not Rome? It's very close to being a real dream come true as well, because that will be an extra 3 points for them. That will actually draw them with Snap Strategy, and they'll both be in second place with 4 points. Wow.
They're very close.
They are very, very close.
Now, one thing that I will say for Mordaith was he did have that invalidated war, which was really unfortunate. And his heirs, he was having problems just, I think he still only has but 2 children.
Yeah. His procreation game has been lacking. You're right. And that really is a setback, especially in a challenge like this. I would definitely be looking at, okay, where in Russia can I make a claim? Where can I go hide? Because Mordaith's in a real risk of being surrounded, so there needs to be an out for them. There needs to be a way for them to get out of this quickly. But the thing is as well, there's a lot of kingdom titles to be had up in Russia, and a very powerful empire title as well. If you form up the Empire of Russia, I think it has 5 kingdom titles within it. And then also the Scandinavia, which has, I think, 4 kingdom titles within it. No, 5 kingdom titles in Scandinavia as well. I would be looking at this and going, okay, I need to run. Give me a moment. I just don't mind me. I'm going to get on this boat and I'm going to go over here. I'm possibly looking at maybe, claiming the province of Estonia and maybe trying to grab that kingdom. Going somewhere over here where the cultures haven't quite formed up into any power blocks yet. You can still probably grab yourself some strong Christian alliances in this area, such as Sweden and Poland, and make a good go of it. Okay, but we are moving into the final minute of today's play. Jibbly. Sorry.
Tim
Should I call you Jimmy Jam? Jimmy Jam. Okay, Jim. Jim. JibblyJam. What's your theories?
Well, after seeing this huge power play by France, I now think that we are going to have some issues in Iberia, especially with the HRE French alliance. Glad to see the Byzantium. Has that war completed? Let's find out.
Not quite yet. It's on 92%. I've got it up on the screen
Very
while you're talking.
Very close.
Very close.
That's going to change some things for Tuscany as well. I am not feeling great about Crusades against Cara. And here we go. We get to pause.
Yep. So that is the end of play for the first session. We didn't quite see the Byzantium war take off there. Like you said, they actually lost 40% war score there right in the end. I think they lost a little bit of possible sieges there, but either way, continue. Like this has been a wild play. We weren't expecting much from the opening session. We thought there was going to be a lot of maneuvering and getting families into position. But in fact, we have already a total of 12 points split between the players, and we have an emperor, we have an almost complete Iberia, and we have someone who's very hungry in Scotland. But yes, Ghibli, continue.
Yeah, we did think that this was going to be a lot of setup, and the players were very strategic, particularly with marriages, but also wars. They were very opportunistic. Really glad to see such large expansion. Of course, as always, the RNG has kind of made certain players have a bit more of a difficult time, but I don't doubt that they can't come back. It is still very early. It's only 11:02, so realistically, lots of room for growth and big changes to happen, as we still have not had a ruler death yet.
Yes, succession is going to be on everybody's lips by the next session, because it's going to change the political landscape completely. All of the established alliance chains are going to break down. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing where this goes. My main eyes, I think, in terms of succession, are going to be on Francia and Al-Andalus. What's going to happen to Cara's massive empire, and what's going to happen to Francia. But for now, that's all from us today. We're going to go back to the studio and back to our players and casters there.
Well, unfortunately, Midgeman is wrong, because he's here with us.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. You're stuck with us
I'm
for
still here.
more minutes. You are. And do you know why you're still here?
Why am I still here?
Because
why am I here?
Enough of you.
Oh.
Because
You're
we're
just
witty
so
and
pretty.
charming?
Yeah.
You sure it's not because I'm just wearing all of the product placement? And,
I've never seen anyone drink what I assume is water as good as you are. Oh no, I messed it up.
Oh yes, you got to make sure the logo's out there. There we are.
Well, I mean, I'm pretending like it is. It's not. We are going to let you go really shortly. We do have essentially two questions for you, though. If you can give us a quick official rundown of the points from top to bottom for those that missed it. We know that there's 12 points split between the players, but who's holding the most?
So Cara is currently in the lead with 5 points. We then have Snap Strategy with 4 points. The Grave One with 2. SpartiniMartini has 1 currently, about to secure themselves a further 3. And Mordaith is yet to make their way onto the scoreboard.
Well, I'll be honest, it's a lot more than I thought was going to happen today.
Definitely.
Before we let you go, JibblyJam, Midgeman, we're going to have a quick chat with each of the players. I'm going to let you each pick one player you'd like to ask one question, and I'd also like to know what that question is.
Oh, Ghibli, you go first. I need to think.
I would like to speak to Tuscany, and I would like to ask what their plans are with the encroaching Byzantine Empire, with being within the realm of the HRE, and now being on the other side of the Mediterranean. They've got a very large France and a very large, very closely solidifying Iberia. And I just want to see what their plans kind of are.
Yeah, and I think I want to talk to Francia. I think Snap Strategy, with their alliance chain with the Holy Roman Empire, I want to know if they're looking to go, take Cara out of the scoreboard for a little while, because I think that's a powder keg waiting to explode.
Thank you. In that case, maybe we should let you guys go, and we'll see you both next week. Hopefully, we have Cara on the line if my intel is correct. Let's see. Oh, we do.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
So congratulations for being the one with the most points on the board. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I thank my crown too. I think it gave me the power to win.
It's a
this
beautiful
contest,
crown.
at least for now.
It's been very powerful coming into this show with the crown on your head starting out and then proving its place throughout the first 2 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, you know it.
So what is your strategy for going into next week?
I don't want to share too much because I don't want to give people too much intel.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
I do have a strategy. Francia was very impressive, and we're all proud of them for unifying Britain and France and expanding the empire. Like, very, very well done. I do have a plan to neutralize them, at least in Iberia, though. I don't want to get into it, but it's devious, and I think you're going to love it. And that way I'll actually be able to form Hispania, like the whole empire.
I wanted to ask you about the chess games. How do you feel they went?
I lost like all of them.
I know.
Chad is not good at chess. I think he plays checkers more than chess, I think.
But hey, you still took part, and in chess, isn't that all that matters?
Yeah, exactly. It's just the fun of the thing. Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, you are still ahead in points.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the most important.
Imagine what I'll be with an empire.
I mean, we are looking forward to seeing it. I guess the question for next week is to see if you're going to get more points and if you can hold on to the ones you have. I mean, Chad is getting old.
Yeah, true. I mean, not sure what the plan is when he's going to die. I'm probably just going to try to claw my way back into power and then just take it from there. But
just have him live forever.
Hopefully I'll be able to form the empire at least before then, so it's not as bad. Inshallah.
Cara, thank you so much. We are going to go from you to someone who is definitely hungry for points. Oh, at least someone has had a bite to eat of something. Well, that was 2 hours.
Yes, 2 very long hours. I think I can claw back.
Did you enjoy your pasta at least while you were down there, or?
We had a quick bite in Italy. We actually got some takeout. It was very good. Relaxed me quite a bit. But I feel like the recent incursion into of Francia into England is a bit unexpected, and it disrupted my plans quite a bit. So, yeah, we'll see.
We saw that Midgeman at the end was talking that maybe someone as hungry as you would go look to the Baltics. Is that just a rumor, or do you think that's a game plan? I've been looking at expanding our horizons to maybe more exotic foods. Something spicy. I mean, they say that when the climate gets colder, there's you can taste the difference, is what I'm hearing. I love it, and I'm a player of good taste.
So, what did you do to make your wife like you a little bit more? Because you did end up with more heirs.
Oh, jeez. That was like a decade and a half long struggle to get my wife to say, you know what, maybe you're not that bad for an incestuous cannibalistic murder. She finally opened up. We had some common ground. It was poetry.
Poetry, okay.
Well, Mordaith, it was lovely having you on, even though you didn't get to flex your bite as much as perhaps we would have wanted. But with that said, you have 3 weeks left, and I'm sure there's a big chunk of Europe just waiting to be eaten up by you. So
juicy chunk.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Up next, I think we have the Grave one. Let's see if I'm correct. I am. Hello.
Hello.
So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty confident, to be honest. I think I'm actually in a really good spot. I'm a little afraid. Well, actually, not afraid. Looking forward to some of the competition exploding. So I think some people might have overextended, and it's going to be a pretty big mess to fix. So I'm looking forward to that explosion.
Because that was one of the things I was looking at, and I was talking a bit to the casters. Is like, this is week one. The question is like, it's not how many times you can get to be an emperor. It's can you hold them until week 4? And I think we all saw slightly more expansion and getting further than we expected, which is great. But I think that's something I'm looking forward to seeing in the coming weeks, seeing if people can hold on.
They can actually hold it.
Yeah. With that said, I don't know if you heard or not, but we did ask both of our casters who they wanted to ask a question to, and JibblyJam was, and you partly mentioned this, you were like, she pointed out that, well, you've got Byzantium to your east, you have the HRE and Francia to your northwest, and then you have Iberia to your west. You're getting a bit squeezed from all sides.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that, but there's one place to still go, and that's Africa. So I may be taking a trip down south. I never really planned to contest the big titles, and just try to pick up all the small ones, and maybe have a couple empire titles that are the non-big 3.
Interesting. And of course, as always, I'm pretty sure all of the players, if they're not watching this interview right now, they might be scouring through the VOD afterwards for extra details from everyone. So maybe everyone's just lying to us.
That is possible, yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I might
go on.
I might go for the Byzantines, actually, or go for Hispania. I don't really know. I haven't made up my mind, actually. I think I just changed it right now.
Well, you have one whole week to plan out your strategy. Thank you so much for taking part in week 1, and it'll be super interesting to see what happens in week 2, 3, and 4. With that said, I think we're going to jump over to Tuscany and a Snap strategy. Hello.
Hello.
How does it feel to be an emperor?
Oh, great, honestly, it was quite unexpected. I didn't really expect to get that far today.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's going to be the challenge of trying to hold it together.
Yeah, that's what everyone I think is questioning right now. Is you were able to do that, which was amazing. I think very unexpected for everybody. But question is going to be is can you hold it for 3 more weeks, my friend?
Yeah, definitely. And of course, with Kara being like having a lot more troops than me is a bit scary.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because she could definitely cause me some problems.
It's interesting that you say that because when we were talking to the casters, the one question Midgeman had for you was essentially, are you going to take care of Kara?
But I think hopefully starting next game, I'll try and get Castile and then hopefully hold her off from getting the most important empire. But I mean, who knows?
Well, one of the other things we haven't asked any of the other players this, but now that I thought of it, I thought I should. So we're done with week 1. You're in an emperor spot. You're probably feeling pretty good about your point total. Mm-hmm. I mean, admittedly, you don't have as many as Kara yet, but what's your strategy for like week 2 and 3? Because there's more points to be found on the map. What's more important to you right now? Is it to hold on to the ones you have, or is it to find just even more?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep expanding and hope I keep getting lucky with a bit of RNG and hope it doesn't just explode underneath me.
Okay.
Well, in that case, Snap, thank you so much for taking part in week 1. It was lovely watching you get as far as you did. I think everyone everyone was both surprised and pretty impressed. Really looking forward to week 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go over to our final player, which is SpartiniMartini and the Quack House. Hello.
Hello.
So, how did it go?
It went all right. I've had some really bad luck with the RNG. I think I missed 95% murder chance like 4 times. So at one point, I accidentally shot the cat. So
Yes, we noticed.
it did not go. It did not go that well. But it's going all right. I should be taking the Byzantines within 10 minutes of the next start, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was one of the things our casters said when they were tallying up the points, that while you don't have many points at the moment, you're really close to getting Byzantium, and that's 3 whole points. So a lot of points.
Yeah, my armies are marching down. I think we have 20,000 marching down towards an enemy army of 7,000. So once we beat them, it should be done.
As long as there aren't like a bunch of cats masquerading as Byzantine empires and that kind of stuff, you're fine.
I wish you kind of could have actually heard what was going on here in the studio too, because everyone was kind of like, "Oh, he killed the cat. What?"
It was. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, this is really funny, but also it's a cat.
Right? Like, you never go after the dog or the cat, my friend.
Which admittedly, we have.
Just got in the way.
He got in the way.
Yeah. I mean,
the cat was the true ruler. My spies knew.
We've also been joking a lot about eating people, which, in the grand scheme of things, I guess we deserve it. One thing I wanted to ask you about, and this happened early in the second hour, and I don't even know if you still mourn her or him. I don't recall, but 3 died at one point.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, not just 3 died. Also, my Prince backup Sonus died as well. It's not been good. My first daughter Baron is blinded already.
Oh no!
I'm not very lucky tonight.
So you're just to recap, you're bad at murdering people ish. You're actually really good at it. It just hasn't on lucky rolls. But you're also bad at keeping your people alive.
Yeah, well, I'm good at other things. I swear.
You know what? I think really looking forward to the next 3 weeks. Thanks so much for taking part. It'll be super interesting to see which of the Shads come out on top at the end.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
Thanks to all our players. I think we're gonna. Oh yes, here we are. We're back in the studio for the final outro, which is first episode done of a family.
Of both, right?
Of a family affair. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like we actually had a lot more points. So much happened in the 2 hours tonight. Mm-hmm. And it will be so much fun next week to see what all they can do, if they can keep it all.
Yes.
Lose it all.
The thing I'm really looking forward to is also, the difference between, okay, we've had 2 intense hours. We played at speed 3 for all of it, which is, if you're not used to CK3 MPs, like, it's decently fast.
It is, yes.
And now we're going to have a full week's break, which means people get to be like, here's my position.
Yes.
Kind of look more into, okay, so what do I actually have available to me? What are my resources in these duchies, in these kingdoms, and so forth? And that might change the strategy until next week, and it'll be interesting to see how that affects things.
At least they can plan it a little bit and try to decide, like, what happens if my ruler does die. I mean, Kara is doing amazing with those 5 points, but what happens when a ruler dies? Yeah. So she's going to have to plan for, the good and the bad, really.
Yeah. And we also have to give it to Snap Strategy, who's the one person who didn't get first pick on their duchy. Mm-hmm. Now they're an emperor.
Yeah, which is amazing.
That's a pretty solid
That was
pivot.
So unexpected, I think. At least when I was watching, I was like, whoa, okay, all right. He's definitely on the board.
Yep.
So we'll see if he can keep it, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yes. And before we go, we are, of course, going to do our spiel about, follows on Twitch, because we love you too. If you have any input, feedback, or just want to hang out, discord.gg/speed5 is where you want to go. And you want to be back here in a little less than 48 hours, because that's when the second episode of Master of Universalis Duels goes on. Cara will be back. She's one of the players.
Yes.
We'll have Traxum and Absolute Habibi. Hopefully, finally, if all of our tech issues... I shouldn't be talking about tech issues, because that just means we're going to be cursed.
Don't jinx it.
And Laith from the Social Streamers will be here. Really looking forward to it. It's a very different show compared to this one, since everyone's playing on their own and we're comparing their single-player progress. But it's a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Any closing words?
No, just make sure that you're back here for on Thursday, 1800 CET, guys. And we look forward to seeing you all on Thursday.
Bye for now.
Bye, guys.